Yo! Welcome in, everybody! Welcome in, Anton. Welcome in, Shiggy. Welcome in, Blood Moon. Welcome in, anyone lurking in the corner. Welcome in, Rose. Thank you for the resub. Holy fuck. Thank you, thank you. What is that? 13 months? That's insane. Thank you, thank you. My streamer bot text thing, I don't think was pulled up, but I'm getting it pulled up as we speak. Hi, everybody. I'm alive. I'm back in the flesh, motherfuckers. Woo! Yo, Anton, thank you so much for the resub. Thank you, thank you. 5 months, that's a long-ass time, too. Thank you all so much. Like, hey, I hope everyone's doing well. It's good to see y'all. Sorry about last weekend. Long story short, I got really fucking sick for a little bit. Kat can attest to it if she feels like it at a later point, but basically, I was down pretty hard for a little bit. Med changes are no joke. Effexor is a fucking shitty med. Wouldn't recommend it. But if it works for you, knock yourself out too, right? I'm honestly just glad we made it through, you know? But, you know, we'll see how it goes. Sorry, I have a Jolly Rancher on my mouth because I was fucking hungry this morning. But also not actually hungry, just wanted to put something in my... You know what? I'm making it sound 10 times more incriminating by saying that. So, let's not do that and say we did. But yeah, hi. Don't clip that. Don't clip that! Hold on, let me bring something over. Now that I actually, you know, have my health, I'll come show you all my cool new laptop. Complete with a new Bluetooth mouse, but, yeah. This is my new baby. I'll eventually stream off this. It's a Lenovo Legion 5. It's really good. I think it's a 517 specifically. Yeah, Kat bought it for me. I'm very, very pleased with it. I have never had a computer run this fast. So, you know, thank you to Kat for that. We really, really needed that anyway. My computer has been slowly breaking from hardware failure for 6 months. So, you know, Anton, good lord. You know, hey, I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to, what am I here to do? Lose on repeat. Whoops, there we go. Hey, I do got a couple things to show y'all. It's not all good happy news today so far. And I'm gonna show y'all why. There's definitely a couple storm systems we need to be watching in the next few days. And as y'all know, if there's one thing I know how to do, it's tell y'all what the fuck's going on. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna get a couple things pulled up on my side here. And then I'm gonna walk through the next few days of severe weather risks because it is very important. It's gonna affect a lot of people. And if you know people out in these areas, they need to know in advance because we cannot play games with these storms. So, let's start over here. All right, well, you know what? I'm actually, if I'm gonna do this, is this the Chrome tab? Yeah. Let me real quick transform this. It'll take me like 5 seconds. I've been transforming stuff all morning because I had to reset up the black and white scene since I haven't done black and white in like 50 years or some shit. Nah, I mean, I did black and white too for like a few provisional attempts a few months ago, but yeah, it's a hard game. I'm sure y'all are looking forward to watching me get impostered. I know that's something that people really, really like to see. I'm not looking forward to that myself. Thank you all, by the way, for the hype train. That is super cool of y'all. Thank you, thank you. Like, that means a lot. Especially since I didn't get to stream as much as I wanted to last week, as y'all know. If I hadn't been sick, we would have gone for a while. But yeah, so let me show y'all kind of what's going on. So in the slight risk here, this is what I'm most concerned about today. So from like Oklahoma City, Wichita, Kansas City, Jefferson City. It's not a big risk. It's got a couple 2% risks. It's also a nice 2% risk down here in southern Louisiana. I'm not actually sure why that's down there. I haven't like looked into that area because I've been watching up here a lot more. But, you know, 2% risk is still decent. So, you know, that's probably something to look at. 15% chance of wind gusts that are going to be 50 knots or higher. So 50 knots translates to, I think it's 59 miles per hour, but let me make sure real quick. Sorry, 57.5. So damn near 60, which is, you know, severe thunderstorm warning criteria. Then we got a chance for hatched hail in this area. I don't think today is going to be a big day or anything, but I do think it bears watching out for. Tomorrow, on the other hand, tomorrow's going to be a day. So we got this huge ass enhanced risk from like far northeast Texas, North Louisiana, a good amount of Arkansas, North Mississippi, Northwest Alabama, West Tennessee, West Kentucky, Western Ohio, hi, I'm here somewhere, most of Indiana, some of Illinois, like the southern part, and then like the southeast part of Missouri. This risk has been highlighted for several days, and this is why I've already preliminary canceled stream for tomorrow as far as like if I were going to do a second stream this weekend, because I think this needs to be watched pretty hard. We have a 30% chance of hail in this area that would exceed 1 inch diameter or larger. And then in this hatched area with the lines in the black line and shit, 10% or greater probability of 2-inch diameter hail or larger within 25 miles of a given point. And all of these, by the way, anytime I'm looking at any of this, it's within 25 miles of a given point. It's very important to note that. But yeah, this stretches, I mean, this is just southeast of Peoria. This is like just to the west of Cincinnati. This is covering Indiana, Springfield, Evansville, St. Louis, Jackson, Tennessee. I think Jackson, Mississippi is just to the south of it, but we got Greenville, Little Rock, again, North Louisiana, Northeast Texas. This is basically big ass hail, and you even get the big ass hail actually down. Actually, I think that does cover Jackson, Mississippi, and Shreveport. Tomorrow's when it's supposed to drop from 70 to 47 here, so that'll be the danger time from where you are. Yeah, probably. More than likely, I would say that is a very astute observation. Generally, if you see a large temperature drop, usually you're going to get some strong storms associated with that. But not always. But I would say probably here, you know, it probably makes sense to at least keep an eye out. I do think Peoria, we'll get there. I mean, you see this wind risk. This is that 57.5 miles per hour higher risk. This is just right outside of Peoria. This actually does cover Cincinnati and Western Ohio, all of Indiana, good portion of Illinois, good chunk of Missouri, good chunk of Arkansas, and then Mississippi, Alabama in the northern parts, northwestern Alabama, West Tennessee, western Kentucky. And then this hatch risk, this hatch risk actually says 65 knots or greater. So you're looking at about 74 miles per hour of wind or higher, a 10% or greater probability of that happening, which is really, really good. Really, really strong. So yeah, you're going to want to keep an eye out for that. Those are winds that could do tornado-like damage. And then that brings us to the actual tornado threat for tomorrow. So there is a 10% hatch risk, meaning a 10% greater or greater probability of EF2 to EF5 tornadoes within 25 miles of the point. They say EF2 to EF5. We haven't had an EF5 since 2013. That's not the point. This covers Louisville, Kentucky, Evansville, Indiana, Bowling Green, Nashville, Jackson, Tennessee, Memphis. You're getting some of eastern Arkansas, southeastern Missouri, southern Illinois, northern Mississippi, northwest Alabama. And then right outside that, we have a 5% risk that will then cover Fort Wayne, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Springfield, Illinois, some of Missouri, some of Arkansas, far northeast part of Texas, far north part of Louisiana, and then, you know, you kind of get the picture here. And then the 2% risk is just outside that. I do think that this 10% hatch risk does need to be watched closely. There is a very good chance that that pops off harder. But I just don't have enough detail yet to be able to tell you that for certain. I want to basically watch and see how the outlook develops. But basically tomorrow, it's not going to be a stream, but I will be posting about the alerts as I see them. So, you know, we have a weather channel in the Discord. You know, feel free to get involved in there and send any pictures you have, so on and so forth, and, you know, we'll make it work. If that were all we're talking about, that'd be great. That'd still be a pretty significant day. That's not all we're talking about. Let's go to day 3, shall we? We have a massive slight risk all the way from I guess this is actually southeastern Louisiana, right? Through southern Mississippi, most of Alabama, northwest Florida, most of Georgia, all of South Carolina, all of North Carolina, eastern Tennessee, eastern Kentucky. We have all of Virginia here. We have most of West Virginia, all of Maryland, all of Delaware, some of New Jersey, most of Pennsylvania, really. And this even stretches all the way up into New York, as far north as Albany. Like, this is insane. You don't see these risks painted out on day 3 out on the East Coast very often. But when you do, there's a good reason for it. We don't have details quite yet on what the different storm modes are going to be yet. But what I can tell you is that probabilistically, this is a 15% risk of significant severe weather within 25, or not significant, excuse me, just severe weather within 25 miles of point. They've not identified anything hatched yet, so it's nothing too significant as of the moment, but that could very well change. And honestly, kind of depends on what happens tomorrow. If tomorrow is a little less, potent than initially forecast, we could be looking at something a little stronger over here potentially. But wait, there's more, because I pulled up one more tab here. The main event is coming on our day 5 outlook. But first, let's look at day 4 before we get to day 5. We have a 15% identified northeast Kansas, southeast Nebraska, northwest Missouri, and southwest Iowa. So you got Des Moines, Omaha, Lincoln in there. This is a 15% risk of severe thunderstorms within 25 miles of a point is how they identify it. Obviously, we're still a little bit far out to be able to determine exactly where we're at with it. And then day 5. This is probably going to be the main event of this entire storm cluster. And let me explain why. So, first of all, if you see the yellow area here, this covers Peoria, Springfield, Hannibal, Missouri. So that's Springfield, Illinois, Peoria, Illinois. Southeast Iowa covers Chicago, covers Milwaukee, covers Detroit, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Columbus, Ohio. You get some of Kentucky, some of Tennessee, northwest Alabama, some of northwest Mississippi, northern Louisiana, northeast Texas, southwest Oklahoma, a good slice of Missouri. And you're probably noticing, hey, this looks about the same as the other one. Yep, it's about the same as the other one. Except for one thing. You see this orange area? This is day 5. And the National Weather Service has already identified a 30% or higher probability of severe thunderstorms within 25 miles of a given point. They don't do this very often before day 3. So for this to be happening on day 5 means we need to watch this. If you are anywhere in this orange area, you need to pay attention to the weather. This is day 5, so we're looking at day 1, 2, 3. This is looking at the 2nd of April. So April 2nd is important. Enjoy the NOAA data as long as I can. You know what? I will, and then I'll be very sad. Fucking government. What can you do? But yeah, the 30% risk, we have Little Rock, Arkansas. We have Memphis, Tennessee, Jackson, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Bowling Green, Kentucky's in here, Louisville, Kentucky. We got just to the east of Springfield, Missouri. So a bunch of southeast Missouri, a good amount of southern Illinois. You have Evansville, Indiana. You have Indianapolis getting in, and you have Cincinnati getting in on it. This is going to be likely a very dangerous system. This has already been identified by a lot of the people that, I follow as being a very potentially big day. So, if you know anybody in those areas that I've mentioned for the last, 20 minutes, make sure that they are aware. Make sure that they know what's going on. We do not want any fatalities if we can avoid it. So, I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just trying to tell y'all straight up what's going on so that you can pass that information to whoever you need to. And that's all I got for the weather. So we can now hop into any questions if anybody has any. But if nobody has any questions, we can hop into the Kaizo and suffer. I mean, have fun. It's going to be fun. You can't prove anything. I'm not scared. You're scared. All right. without further ado, before I begin, med reminder. If you have meds you need to take, make sure you take them. It's good for you. Suffering equals fun? I mean, I'm gonna have fun. I've wanted to play this game for a long time. I'm just a coward. So, you know. I mean, that does check out if you think about it. All right, y'all. Let's get right into it, I guess. Without further ado. I should have set up the new game before I did this, but, you know, that would have required me to have foresight, which I did not. Also, I need to prepare to have my guide on screen. Not on screen, but on my upper monitor here. Because I'm going to be reading the shit out of it since I do not have a whole lot of experience with this game. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but hey, you know, guides are good. Hold on, I need to, there we go, found it. Wait, one more. No, one more. Where the hell did I put it? All right, I gotta pull up the other guide real quick and then I'll be good. Sorry about that, y'all. Go over here. Oh, hey, while I'm at it, I need to plug EG real quick. If y'all don't know, EG is the stream team I'm a part of. They're currently doing the EG48, which is a yearly event they do, in order to raise money for charity. This year it's going to Rainbow Railroads, so I would strongly recommend that after this, I'm probably going to try and raid into somebody doing that, doing the EG48 so that we can, you know, try and pass along as much help as we can, as much love as we can. So, if you're not aware of what Rainbow Railroad is, it is a North American charitable organization per Wikipedia that helps lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and intersex individuals escape violence and persecution in their home countries. Which feels kind of awkward given where we're heading. And by awkward, I mean well-timed. But also a bit awkward given where we're heading. Let me get the game guide pulled up and then we should be good to start. Alrighty, I got it. I'm ready. You're ready. I hope. Let's kick some ass, shall we? Yes. Alright. Here. Rainbow Railroad is a great organization that has a name that sounds like a bad guy group in Pokemon. Didn't help that they did Rainbow Rocket. Not at all. Oh, I haven't even reset this yet. Let me reset it first. That would probably help. There we go. Wait, why does it say 3? 1. This is 1. Alright then. Oh, hell yeah. Now it's moving. Now we're schmoving through. Let's go. Oh, it's so much better. Holy shit. Y'all don't even know how nuts I get driven when I have to fucking sit there and wait for loading screens and slow ass shit. I don't know. Our rival will be... Here, let's make Kraz our rival for the meme. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Mom. Sure. Leave me alone. Go faster. Thank you. I don't need your fucking advice. I'm 31 years old. I've fucking done this way more than you have. Trust me. Oh shit, here we go. Hi, Bianco. What the hell do you want? Let me save real quick. I think that it'll give me an opportunity to save before I, you know, choose them on, but I'm not known for my intelligence when it comes to these things sometimes, so let's just make 100% sure that we save here, just in case. Oh, I'm so excited about this, y'all. Like, legitimately, this is a game I've wanted to Kaizo for a long time. I've been fucking terrified of it, for good reason. Because this is probably the highest Kaizo IronMON game there is. Highest, like, level. This is a very hard game. All right, let's do it. All right. First Mon Zekrom? Not Zekrom, but you're close. Hey, first Mon is Terrakion. We got Execute and we got Muck. The tracker says left, so we're going to go left. And we will grab the Muck. Actually, very well timed. You know what we have to do, friends. Prime subs. We got to do the Muck meme, right? Muck spelled backwards is prime subs. Yeah, absolutely. Can't be anything else. Can't prove anything. This Mon isn't great, but Contrary is hilarious. If you don't know what Contrary does, invert stat changes. That's a very acute description. So basically, if we use Leaf Storm, for instance, it would normally lower our special attack by 2 stages. But with Contrary, it would boost it by 2 stages instead. So that's a really, really cool ability here. However, I don't think this Mon is good enough to run, unfortunately. That said, we'll see if we even get out of the lab. Obviously, that's always a joyride, so... And of course, we fight Terrakion with prime subs. Contrary is fun. Yeah, I really, really like a lot of the abilities in this game. I actually think this game, I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with this once I, you know, stop worrying about winning and just have fun with it, you know? That's always something I got to look out for. And obviously, y'all, you know, if you see me slipping into the realm of, oh, I want to win more than I want to have fun, just yell at me. Like, tell me straight up. Be like, Mia, you're not in it for the love of it. Of course, if I just got, like, fucked over by the game, don't tell me that, because I might chuck the controller across the room. But, you know, otherwise. Oh, Stomp? Sure, why not? I probably should have kept Disable in retrospect. YOLO. Yeah, we're already level 11. Let's go. It's so fast. I love the leveling in this game. It's so nice. Hugh's AI does not look for kills in this fight, apparently. Also designed to use non-attacking moves after you're below half health. So you'll very frequently get bad Mons past this fight. Oh, okay, noted. Well, luckily, I know what a bad Mon looks like. And this is a bad Mon. But Contrary is cool. So, yeah, it'd be like that. And now we're already over here. We don't have balls yet, I'm pretty sure. Pokeballs, oh, we do. We have Pokeballs? Holy shit, I love this intro skip. This intro skip kicks ass. All right, so right here, there should be, I believe, 2 pivoting options. We have a Rotom Mower. That's a 520. I'll look at it. I'll see what it's got. No reason not to. Oh, weak armor. Defense fell, speed rose. And we got Hurricane. Modem. I mean, technically, it is a modem. Technically. All right, cool. We know it has 1 move. That is, sure, great. That's a level 3. I'm not touching the level 3 with 10-foot pole because I know better. Moment you try to attack a level 3 with Stomp, it's gonna die. I need the 6. Skip Bloom is crap. We don't care about Skip Bloom. 17 moves, though. And that's the really cool thing about this game. You're gonna see Mons have, like, an insane amount of moves. Even Muck has 13. Compare this to Fire Red, where Muck gets 8 moves. It really, really matters. Moves will win you Kaizo. And I will say that until I'm blue in the face as a 4-time winner. Because I fucking can. Because I fucking experienced this. We have a visible item over here. So I'm going to grab that real quick. Also, bad berries are on, y'all. So we could end up getting some really shitty berries. But you know what? I want to do this the right way. I want to do this the right way because I have vengeance to get. And if y'all don't know, you know, one of the things that I found out about a certain situation that happened that I've talked about on this channel more than enough, so if you don't know, you're probably living under a rock, is that Black 2 was beaten by the person who did all the cheating, and that's the game that I caught him cheating in. So I want to bring honor back to this game, and that is my goal. Do I want to fight this trainer? Because if I fight this trainer, I'm kind of locked in. If I fight this trainer, I'm locked in to, at the very least, Muck. Maybe Rotom. Let me look at the Rotom real quick. Had foil stuck to your allergy mat? How the hell does that even happen? Ugh. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully it didn't taste... Too metallic. Metallica! I don't know. I just wanted to yell Metallica. I feel like that's fairly normal. None of this is weird. Don't die. Weak armor. Okay, sure. Let's see what else it's got. It flinched. Alright then. Sure. I didn't want to, like, you know, check what you got anyway. They're very small and the foil's very thin. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Well, hopefully the allergy med, you know, is still viable. And also, hopefully you don't end up... Is foil magnetic? I don't think foil's magnetic. But if foil were magnetic, that would be honestly kind of wild. All right, let's keep looking around for this mower. I want to find one of these mowers at level 6 and see if it has a second move that I like. Because if it does, we'll go straight after that. I have no issues doing that. Like, I don't mind dying here if it comes to it. It's usually aluminum, so it wouldn't be magnetic. But imagine if it were. Imagine if they made it out of, like, crushed magnets or something. That'd be hilarious, actually. I don't even know if crushed magnets hold their properties. I guess that's not even... You know, that's not the point. No one said I was smart. I just know how to read the weather maps. How much damage is this gonna do? That's 7. It's not bad. It would need to be made out of iron or steel? Ah, fair. I get ya. Okay, I don't think the calc attack thing works anymore, but I could sure fucking try. 7, what is our special defense? 19? I don't remember the whole calculation. Let's just see if it works even. Nope, it doesn't. So the equation doesn't matter because it doesn't work, and I am fine with that. All right, you know what? I'm just going to fly by the seat of my pants. Fuck it. Throw a ball. We're going to catch the mower. Yeah, we have a mower. Yeah. And as per Rose, we are going to name this Modem. This has like 4 hidden meanings, and it's beautiful. Wait. There. Upper. No, I need upper. There we go. Do we not have an exclamation? Oh, no, it's other. It's under others. There we go. Modem. How funny it would be if you redeemed the full send. I mean, you can. I have no problem dying. Like, I don't give a shit. Oh. I don't really like this, but it's not horrendous either. Wow, okay. So, I mean, the stat line doesn't look great. But first of all, weak armor. What does this do? Well, weak armor, if we hover over it, raises speed and lowers defense by 1 stage each upon being hit by a physical move. Our weakest attribute is speed here at 11. I don't honestly think the speed is high enough. But our attack is 14, and we have a couple fire moves and sword stance. So, you know, it's not the worst. The only real problem is only 9 moves. Like, 9 moves is probably not going to be enough to get the job done. We could sure try. Motown? Yeah, there you go. Motown. Let's go. I think it's the dude here. Okay, cool. We get a free potion. Awesome. Yeah, feel free to pop up the song requests. Throw as many in as you want. We're going to have a fucking blast, y'all. It's going to be a good day. Again, I don't have, like, all day because I have to go with Kat to... Basically, we got to clean out her car. We're buying her mom's car, I guess. So there's, like, a whole circle of shit that's going to be going on. So I don't have all day today, but I'm at least going to be here as long as I can. So that's the plan. I mean, it will be fun because that way Kat's car breaking can't, you know, cause problems anymore, hopefully. All right, I'm going to sword stance. We're going to see if we can get past this. Disable. Oh, they're going to disable my sword. Fuck you, Gliscor. First of all, I forget what Heat Crash specifically does. Inflicts regular damage, makes contact, greater uses weight compared to target, higher power this move has, to a maximum of 120. Got it. So we want Fire Punch, which is fine. This is why we check. This is why we double check it and make 100% sure. And weak armor triggers, so we're a lot faster now. Not that it matters because we're already faster than this, so Honestly, I can safely say Gliscor has no speed. Also, the black and white 2 experience curve is going to help this a lot. Oh, light screen. Y'all put it over Heat Crash because we are probably going to have to pivot. So, you know, I mean, if I see anything better, I'm going to take the better thing probably. We have to fight the second trainer here, I'm pretty sure. Let me see here. It's technically a pivot route with 5 mons, says the guide. Better not use this to pivot initially unless Flochesi, the Flacussy, whatever the hell you want to call it, gives awful choices. 5 mons, all pretty rare to get a level 6. One doesn't even spawn a level 6. It's after you've already fought 2 level 6 trainers, going into rival at level 6, or at level 9 at best, which could be a bit scary. Gotcha. Can we dodge this trainer? We cannot. Fuck. Alright, sure. You've never actually played Black 2, White 2, but Pokemon Black was your first DS Pokemon game? Honestly, I hated this game upon release. That's a fun fact. I hated this game upon release because I hated the art style a lot. I do not like how pixely it is. But as I've gotten older, I've kind of started to like it a lot more. So, you know, for whatever that's worth. Fire Punch. Boom, get out of here, fucker. Honestly, though, this Mon isn't even bad. It just isn't, you know, great. Oh, an upgrade. So that's kind of useful, maybe. Okay, we got a Mon here. What is it? A Rotom Wash. All right, then. He used the funny Kaboom move. There's nothing I can do about that. That does not, you know, matter to me at this point because it doesn't cost me the game due to the fact that I didn't, like, intentionally try to abuse it. Also, side note, I see that we're in winter and we should not be in winter. So after this seed, I'm going to go in and just resync the time. And actually, I think I could do that now. Basically, we want to make sure that the time is set to use real time for this right now. Because in March, in autumn specifically, there are 3 autumn months. It's like March, July, and wait, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, maybe? I don't know which 3 they are. Let me actually scroll up and look. I think it was up here, right? Yeah, March, July, or November. So those are the 3 months where you can get 2 extra items. And hey, we're in March, so I'm going to take absolute advantage of that. Perfectly legal. So yeah, let's just go up here. I'm not going to worry about it for this seed because honestly, I don't think this is a winner seed. But if it happens, you know, cross that bridge when we come to it. We're not going to try the Rotom Wash again because self-destruct, you know. We don't want to abuse self-destruct. It's not a good idea. The Clussy! Yo, it's the Clussy! Yeah, I mean, it gets 3 moves, though, so I'm just not going to mess with it. All right, we found a spell tag, and basically they said to try and avoid the route that we were just on for pivots until after this. And also, it looks like the game's forest, not a dungeon. Best pivot location in the game is what they say. Rival's going to have a level 12 starter. And apparently throwy AI. Okay, sure. All right, do the XP mechanics in the game, Gen 5 in general. Catching a level 8 here is honestly not usually a problem unless your rival has a monster. I'm fairly certain our rival doesn't have a monster just based on what we've seen so far. All right, there's a Weeping Bell. I mean, if we had a Leaf Stone, I might actually go for that. It has Intimidate? Okay. Okay, I don't know how the hell Taco Bell's intimidating, but you knock yourself out, buddy. Oh, we got a Starmie. I love Starmie. Supposedly, well, I'm not going to talk about that because that's not a good idea to talk about on stream at the moment. But if you want to know news about Starmie, feel free to reach out to me after. Oh my god. Okay. Circle Throw. That did a little bit of damage. Need to be careful. This only gets 1 move. Okay, I'm not really overly impressed with the Starmie. So let's, oh, it's faster than me. Okay. Gear Grind. Wow, okay. I didn't expect this. Let me out. Icy's upset about Victory Bell. Okay, I think the Victory Bell thing is pretty public knowledge at this point. If you don't know, friends, it sounds like they're giving Victory Bell like a mega potentially. I don't know exactly what that looks like right now, but it sounds like that's what they are planning to do. So that'll be interesting to see for sure. I don't think that's a trainer, but I just don't want to take a risk. Oh, that is a trainer. Well, oh no, never mind. That's not a trainer. I can't read, friends. Fun fact. No, I can read. I'm just struggling a little. Honestly, y'all, I woke up at 8, right? I actually didn't sleep a lot last night because my body's been giving me a few issues. Nothing I can't work through, but a few issues. Why Victory Bell and not Dawn fan? You know exactly why. Pokemon isn't interested in giving us what we want. Otherwise, I would have gotten my fucking Crystal remake. I am not happy I don't have my Crystal remake yet. Like, come on. It's not that. It's the 25th anniversary of Crystal. And these fuckers can't even bother remaking it in the form of a Let's Go game or a shitty BDSP game. Come on. That would take you like 5 seconds. Woo, Gigalith. I like Gigalith. Gigalith's cool. Hell yeah. Actually, that's the most common mon in here. Gigalith's a fucking cool mon. If y'all have never seen the shiny of Gigalith, let me present to you one of the greatest shinies that you will ever see as soon as we get there. By the way, those 5 favorites down there, I will eventually be trying to let y'all change them. I'm not doing that today just because I haven't gotten the chance to set it up. Still, you know, it's kind of cool. All right, let me actually just save this. All right, here we go. Shiny Gigalith. If you haven't seen Shiny Gigalith, prepare to see one of the coolest shinies you will see today, probably. Look at this. This is Shiny Gigalith. This blue thing. This is fucking gorgeous. New Pokemon Crystal BDSM edition. Hey, I liked somebody's creativity when they said, oh, let's do a Heart Gold Soul Silver remake along with the Black and White remake. And I'm like, hey, you know what? It's not the worst thing I've ever heard of. But yeah, Gigalith is a really pretty shiny. So if we happen to get a shiny Gigalith, like, I would sell my soul to run it. I don't even care if it's good. Wait, no! Oh, good. We didn't kill it. That's good. It is a great shiny. An absolutely fantastic shiny. All right, let's go here. But yeah, so this route actually has 7 different pivots. So this is actually a really cool area to pivot. Oh, here's a Sugma. Sugma balls! We're not running Sugma. I'm not stupid. I'm not insane. We're not running Pidove either, because Pidove is stupid. Pidove is stupid. Wow, Pidove's taking strays today. I don't even know why I'm giving strays out so easily today, y'all. Let's see. Oh, so there's gonna be some really interesting stuff here that we're gonna get to find out. Maybe we'll find a monk. Maybe we'll find a Mind Goblin. Goblin D's nuts! Got him! I see you. I see you.
Mind Goblin D's nuts.
Yep, there it is. There it is. Fantastic. S tier stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to find this Gigalith, y'all, because Gigalith is one of my, again, one of my favorite shinies, but also, it's just a pretty good mon as a whole. It's a rock type. I believe only a rock type. Meaning that it's weak to ground, grass, water, and I think steel, and I think that's it. Yo, thank you for the run, Bless. Thank you, thank you. I hope y'all are having fun so far. Again, I'm trying to make up for, you know, lost time a little bit today. I apologize for, you know, being out sick for as long as I was, but the good news is we're back. We're here. We're ready to kick some ass. And you know what? I don't even give a shit. Oh, hi, weak armor. Okay. All right. I didn't expect that. I'm not complaining. Oh, actually, by the end of the day, I'll probably set it up so that one favorite can be changed. Maybe during the first ad break, I'll do that. Because I do want to give you all the ability to change favorites. And now that we have fucking 5 of them, I feel a little better about letting y'all do that. 5 favorites kind of is a lot more than, you know, 3 or whatever. Plus, I know it's something that people like to do. They like to mess with the streamer. I get it. I like to mess with me too. All right, let's throw a ball at it and see if we can get this level 11 Gigalith. This is like best case scenario here. Level 11 is the strongest we can find, I believe. Let me make sure that's the case. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, just based on what I could... Well, hold on. Yeah, level 11 is the highest we can find. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's a rock type. The solar rays it absorbs are processed in its energy core and fired as a ball of light. You know what? I know what I can do. I can record my own dex entries with blackjack and hookers. Ah, fuck the dex entries. Oh, y'all, I've been getting cat into Futurama. That's been what we've been up to off stream. Other than we've been doing some Monster Hunter as well. If y'all aren't aware, I made that Monster Hunter role in the Discord. So make sure that you get that role if you want to be involved in any hunts that are coming up. I'm kind of looking at potentially dedicating one night a week at least to public monster hunting, maybe two. We'll see kind of how things go. But that is something I'm kind of thinking about. Oh, this is awful, actually. All right, I'm not thrilled about that result here. Mia Dex, exactly. We can make the Mia Dex, which totally won't backfire horrendously. You can't prove anything. You need an excuse to play Monster Hunter more and you would love to play with friends. Yeah, that's something that we want to do, right? It's something Kat especially really likes having as many people as possible. And, you know, I want to be able to play with more people as well. And I know it's something that we can, like, work with, right? It's something that we can, you know, do a lot of streaming with, potentially. It's something we can just do for fun. So it's something that I'm really, really excited about. Obviously, I streamed it the last week at some point, but the main reason I don't want to directly stream it at the moment from here is because I have to move my PS5 from over there back here. And every time I have to do that, I forget to plug the Ethernet back in. And then Kat yells at me because I lag out the party, which is justified, to be honest. Because if I'm lagging out the party, probably a problem. The items that are coming up are kind of sick. We apparently get a few different things once we get to Alder's house, which I'm not going to spoil it for those of you who haven't seen this. I'm going to make sure that, you know, we take life as it comes. Or grab life by the horns, or whatever Dodge said back in the day. Yeah. I haven't even gotten the chance to show off a lot of what I've been doing in Photoshop either, so that might be something. Y'all probably have seen the pic crews I posted in the Discord if you're in the Discord. Basically, I painted those, and I'm pretty happy with those, but I feel like there's still a lot of work I could do to be better at painting. So, you know, that's pretty cool. Gotta grab life by the hair. Oh. You know, fair. Fair. I need somebody to get me a bunch of, like, Futurama sound clips or video clips so I can find a way to integrate them in here. We're just gonna catch the damn Reuniclus. Fuck it. If we die, we die. It doesn't fucking matter. If we die, we just go get the fucking autumn. We set it up to where we're in autumn and then we can, like, you know, get a couple extra items. So, sure, let's die. I don't care. Oh. So the bad news is it has no moves. But Odor Sleuth kind of ignores that, so ghosts are no longer a problem. The good news is it has like a really decent stat spread and heat proof, which if you don't know what heat proof does, halves damage from fire moves and burns. So that's actually a really solid ability. Pretty sick. I'd honestly put it in the B tier-ish, probably. Maybe a little bit higher potentially, but I don't want to assume that because there's a lot of abilities in this game, so we don't want to assume anything. Because you know what they say about assuming makes an ass out of you and me. And usually me. All right, let's go ahead and heal up here. And then we're going to fight that trainer that is sitting over there that I keep dodging. And then we're going to see if that gets us up high enough to where we can beat the rival. If it doesn't, if we die, it doesn't really fucking matter. Again, this is free real estate. These are the first few attempts. Nobody wins Kaizo in their first few attempts. Unless you're Ame Soso. Insert mandatory shout out for Ame Soso here. If any of my mods want to do that real quick. Ame actually won on, I believe, her third attempt of Platinum, which is fucking sick. Like, you know, I can't even begin to explain how amazing that is, given that I've done over 100 at this point and gotten fucking nowhere. So, you know, there's that. Yeah, there you go. While that's going on, I'm gonna head over to that trainer. Oh my god, it broke again.
Alright, now.
Shit. Open?
They're good kind of sucking, yeah. Except when we ask people to stop. Stop sucking me! No!
Oh my god. Seriously, guys? It's only fun for so long when you fall off the level.
It just did not want to be cooperative today, y'all. Well, that's a later Mia problem. As usual, everything is a later Mia problem. I don't even know why I went back to the Pokemon Center. I was literally, like, right there. But whatever. Alright, here we go. Oh, hey, this is from that album. Let me make sure an album's in here that should be. So Neck Deep's newest album, a lot of people don't like. Oh, it was 5 seeds? Even then, 5 seeds. If you're doing it in the first 100 seeds, if you're doing it in the first 3,000 seeds, I mean, we have a friend Limpan who is still going at it. Like, you know, if you're beating these games in such a fast time, you should be proud of that. Absolutely. Add that to library. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to add it to this playlist. All right, great. That's in there. I want to make sure. Neck Deep is a good band, and I want to make sure we have all the good music we can in here. Here we go. All right, we're going to go try and fight that trainer up here. See what he's got. If we die, we die. I don't really give a shit. So, again, we're working with free real estate right now. However, this actually, we might have a shot here. Let me start by taunting it. Has Giga Drain. Not thrilled about that one, not gonna lie. Because Giga Drain in this game is 75 power instead of 60. So we're starting to get to the point where moves are starting to get powered up a little bit. Which leads to a lot of power creep. That's not the point. But that Giga Drain is gonna do a lot of fucking damage to us if we're not careful. Plus, it's gonna heal for more damage than it would in, like, say, Fire Red or Heart Gold. So that's pretty important to remember. Alright, I'm gonna try and stall it out of Giga Drains if I can. Drill Pack. Oh yeah, we're cooked, chat. We are so cooked. There is nothing I'm gonna be able to do about this, and I am fine with that. Alright, we're going to the next seed. I don't even know if there was a good pivot there. Let's see if there was a good pivot anywhere that we could have had. So Rotom-Mow is obviously more of a tank. That's fine. I don't think this would have done enough given the stat spread. Weak Armor is cool. Oh, it had Contrary as well. And Hidden Abilities Regenerator. No idea how we're going to get Hidden Abilities in this. I don't know if we can. I don't really care. Let's look at Cloyster. Cloyster was decent. But when you think about, well, okay, these moves, if I would have seen this set of moves, I probably would have taken the Cloyster. And then looking at Simple, that's hilarious. And then Shift Gear. Wow, this Cloyster actually had a chance. At least to do something. And then Meditate here. Basically, you're looking at with Cloyster, your max moveset, because you probably want physical attack over anything else. You want Flare Blitz, Feint Attack, Shift Gear, and then probably Meteor Mash. I mean, that Cloyster wasn't bad. I don't know if it would have been enough to, like, beat the game, but it was decent. It was at least decent. Rotom Wash, was that any good? It had decent attacks. Flachessi Ranch. We saw everything there. Not Weep the Bell. I want Starmie. Not... Starmie. There we go. I mean, this wasn't a good Starmie by any stretch of the imagination. And then I believe that was, like, the main thing. Verbatim Complex, I guess we could have pivoted at, but... Alright, next seed it is. Let's do it. Let's get to the next one. See if we can get something going, y'all. This should be seed number 2. We'll make sure, obviously, that it comes through as seed number 2. There it goes. Excuse me. Sorry. All right. Here we go. Why does it say winner? We should not be in winner. All right, then. Let me make sure that it's actually set properly then. Initial time. This literally doesn't matter. Today, fine. Firmware birthday month? What? Okay. March. Firmware birthday day? 20. Firmware favorite color? Oh, this is pretty cool. We're gonna make our favorite color orange. No, not orange. I like orange, but it really depends on the shade of orange. You get some shades of orange that just suck ass. So in that case, you know what? Give me orange anyway. I don't care. Melons taste great. You saw nothing. You actually saw nothing. So, good. All right, here we go. Let's see what Bianca gives us to work with this time. It looks like we're going left per the tracker. Let's see what we got. All right. Miss Magius is not ours. Braviary is not ours. I love Braviary. Damn it. I wanted America Bird. Come on. Instead, we get Shrooms. Which I will absolutely not hesitate to name Shrooms. Unfortunately, Parasect sucks. So, like, you know, probably going to have a hard time getting out of the lab. Although, again, this game seems to be a lot better about it. All right, let's go down here and fight the rival. I mean, if we get out, we just go pivot, so I'm fine with that, you know, if that's how it goes. Miss Magius at level 8. Okay, how do we deal with this? Probably open with Bulldoze to try to lower its speed. Wing attack killed us. Nothing we could do with that about that. Do see an ad break coming. We'll get there after this next seed. I want to see if we can get another seed in real quick because I want to get as many in as we can today. But also I want to make sure that we're doing it right. It's like you got to find the right balance of getting the seeds in and getting the seeds right. Because we don't want to like just die on repeat, right? If we die on repeat, then what the fuck's the point? We want to get some runs going. We want to actually do something, you know? I want PBs. I don't have a PB in this game yet. I want a PB. So that's the goal. If we can get a PB out of today, I'll be so happy. And what I would consider a PB is if we can get all the way over to Castelia City. Because this initial first island is a little easier, just in general, in the base game. I presume it'll probably be a little harder in this game, but, you know, I want to get to to Castelia City, rather. If we get to Castelia City, I'll be happy with our progress. And if you don't know where Castelia City is, let me get you a quick black 2, white 2 map that I can stick on the screen. So you have some idea of what we're looking at here. It won't be labeled or anything, but, you know, I can kind of point out as we go where we're going, what we're doing. Let me real quick stick a map of Unova on here. If you've never seen Unova, I'm just going to stick that up here in the upper right-hand corner. If you have any questions about anything in this at all, feel free to ask. Otherwise, just feel free to Google the map as well. But, you know, at least this way you have an idea of what we're looking at. We are all the way down, and you can't see my mouse hovering over it, but it's in the bottom left corner there. The furthest bottom left city is where we're at right now. So we have 3 cities we can kind of go through here. We want to make it to the mainland. Castelia City, if you don't know, is that city in the middle on the bottom with like the pillars. So that is where we're trying to get. That's our goal. All right, let's see if we get a pivot here that's decent. Or not a pivot, a Mon here that's decent. Bibarrel is going to be our opponent. Numel is going to stay on the table, rather, and we're going to take snow runs. So, no, this Mon absolutely is atrocious, but fine. Oh, it's Moody. That's kind of generic. Moody. Raise the random stat 2 stages. Lowers another 1 stage after each turn. So, hopefully, we don't have the wrong stat lowered. We could try. All right, let's do it. The barrel's our opponent, so we should be able to focus blast, maybe vacuum wave out of this if it doesn't kill us. It avoided it. Our special defense fell, but our speed rose. Vacuum wave? Yeah, I mean... Oh, foresight. All right. Special attack rose? Defense fell. That's fine. I don't care. You can lower my defenses. Focus blast should Exodia it now. Exodia! Obliterate! There we go. We did it. 469 XP? That's pretty nice, if you ask me. 4 times the 69. Hey, look, if you're doing 4 times the 69, more power to you. You know, more power to you. All right, cool. We have finished up this first fight. When we come back from our first ad break, we are going to try and see if we can find a pivot that's halfway decent. Yo, thank you, Rigby, and welcome in. Rigby, I know this is completely and utterly psychopathic of me to be playing this game, but you know what? Fuck it. YOLO. And also, I've wanted to do Kaizo in Black and White 2 for a while, so, you know, getting a chance to do it is going to be pretty cool. I'm going to run ads real quick, y'all. I will be back in approximately 3 minutes. I'm also going to get up in the middle of this ad break and kind of stretch a little bit, but I'm also going to try to get something situated. You're actually playing through this one yourself at the moment? Let's go. Also, the map is in the way. I need to move the map. Whoops. Here, the map can be, like, in my background or something. No, not in my back. It could be over here. There. Your PB is Victory Road? Damn, that's really nice. Hell yeah. I love that for you. Here, let's run words, shall we? And then in the meantime, I'm going to program something real quick before I get up and stretch, because I want to make sure y'all can change a favorite. That's something I want to try and integrate, because I know I'm not very great about that. I know sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't want to do it because it'll fuck me up. But, I mean, look, I want to try and make it so y'all can, like, interact too. So, we will go ahead and we are going to duplicate these actions if we can. Move that. Well, here, let's rename this. Remember that time I said I was going to get up and stretch? That's not going to happen. There we go. The Thunderous favorite. I mean, I don't really have an attachment to Thunderous, so I probably wouldn't do that. But with that said, Black 2, favorite number 3. Actually, you know what? I'm going to let y'all change 4 favorites. You can change 4 of my favorites, but you're not touching Blastoise. If anyone touches Blastoise, I'm chopping their fingers off, so don't do that. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. It doesn't end well for anybody. Don't even think about it. I think that's fair. I think I'm allowed to have my one favorite that y'all can't touch. You don't need fingers? You're not touching the Blastoise. Don't even fucking think about it. All right, so B2 Fave 2 commands that Fave B2 2 B2 2 favorite 2. Yeah, those 3 commands are probably fine. And then I'm going to set a cooldown on this of 3 minutes, or no, more than that. 5 minutes on the command here. Or no, the command doesn't matter. I'm going to set a 5 minutes on the redeem. Not 5 minutes, more than 5 minutes. We'll figure it out. I'm totally still figuring this out on the fly, y'all. Don't mind me. Oh, whoops. Create command. B2 Fave 3. Oh, I know what this is. Linking. There we go. I'm on my own, but I am back where I belong. If things actually start working out and, like, I'm not dying during the week, by the way, y'all, and it is trending in this direction at the moment. Like, I don't say this just randomly. There's definitely something behind me. There is a good chance that we end up doing more streams during the week. I'm trying my best to get to the point where I can do that. Obviously, I'm still having to fight a lot of the stuff from my meds, and then work has been a bit of a pain, but, you know, I'm trying my best to get back to where I can do that, because I want to be here. I want to do stuff. Yo, Timmy, welcome in. Timmy, I'm gonna have to warn you about a couple days. I know you don't care. I know weather doesn't scare you, but you probably should keep an eye out tomorrow, especially, because tomorrow it looks like there's gonna be some bad storms firing up. And then also watch April 2nd. Those are like the 2 times you're going to want to watch. Just make sure you don't get thrown by a tornado or some shit. You know the drill. I know you don't care. I know you, I have to do it. I have to look out for my friends. If I don't look out for my friends, then who am I, right? Inkling. That's a word. Boom. All right, that one, and then we're gonna create one more. By the way, yeah, no, it is absolutely psychopathic of me to be playing this game, given I haven't even beaten Heart Gold Soul Silver. Like, what am I doing? But at the same time, it's pretty fun to, you know, give it a go, see if it happens, see if it works out. Favorite Black 2 5, B2 favorite 5. There we go. These commands also probably should be mod only now that I'm thinking about it. So let me set those up. Here, do one more round of words while I'm doing this. I should do Emerald. I'm eventually gonna do Emerald, but I wanted to do something different. This is a game, Timmy, that I've wanted to do for a long time. If you're not aware, hey, wait, where's my camera? I know I'm on here, but I can have a camera right now. Yeah, I mean, I know it's something that I've wanted to do Emerald for a while, but I've wanted to really get into Black 2, White 2. You got boned by Emerald. That kind of checks out. Yeah, that kind of absolutely checks out, to be honest. Yeah, that's kind of how that goes, right? Where is it? Fire Red. Okay, Black 2. Okay, great. This. I'm going to make it so that only mods can do this. Mods, you do not change this command unless I say so. Like, you do not use this command unless I ask you to, or I will revoke your moderator privileges. That's your only warning. I don't think any of you will, but just in case, better to be safe than sorry. So, you know, gotta redeem your favorite song at least once at every opportunity. That's fair. And while you do that, I'm also going to redeem the Kaizo IronMON theme song. If you don't know this, this is pretty fun. Okay, I like Willow and all, but that's not quite where I was going with this, so let me get that out of here. I wanted Loser by Beck because it's the official Kaizo IronMON theme song. And if you don't know why, then you haven't played enough Kaizo IronMON, honestly. Oh, fucking Maxi in Magma Hideout, second to last Mon parried you, then he bust out Lugia with your parried song and you were parried 2 turns in a row. I think I actually had something kind of similar happen last time I played Emerald and got a deep run. So, yeah, it kind of checks out, honestly. That kind of checks out. Not ideal, but it checks out. Also, this is a good song, so I'm happy this song's in here as well. All right, let me real quick make the redeem, and then we should be all good to go, I believe. I just want to make sure that it is linked to a redeem, provided I can find where the fucking redeem is in here. Might actually have to do this a different way. Lube, to be honest, you almost crashed out. I mean, look, it happens. Look, I'm not going to sit here. We'll do one last round just because I need to finish up what I'm doing, and then we should be good. You know, it's totally normal, though, to get frustrated at games like that. I mean, I'll tell you straight up. Do you know how many times I've fucking rage quit things? Like, that's just kind of how it goes sometimes, you know? I'm not here to judge. Did I get the Spotify via streamer bot working? I haven't gotten the chance to do it yet. Things have been hectic, Timmy. Like, really fucking hectic lately. But I plan to try and do it this week, provided I remember to do it. So, mods, it is your job to remind me to not be stupid, so that I can get that fixed. Because I will forget if I don't remember. I will forget if I don't... Okay, Mia. What am I fucking saying? So stupid. All right, change a favorite. Duh. Also, Blastoise is off limits for fuck's sake. What's up, Anton? Oh, wait. Whoops. Not for fuck's sake. I can't type that into Twitch. Twitch will not particularly like that if I type that, so let's not do that and say we did. Changing favorites is going to be... I'm going to say 1,000... no. 500 points. I'll be nice. 500 points. We are going to put a cooldown on this for... Oh, require viewer to enter text. Yeah, you gotta tell me what fucking one you want to change. That makes sense. Cooldown time. We're gonna say 30 minutes on favorite changes just because I want to make sure everyone... Oh, thank you. I needed that reminder. See, Anton's looking out for me. Anton's looking out for me. Redemptions per user per stream, I'm not gonna limit redemptions per stream either. But I am gonna set a cooldown of 30 minutes on this because I want to make sure that if you do change a favorite, you get to, like, actually, like, you know, have that favorite there for a little bit. Oh, we died? That's stupid. Fuck you, words on stream. See if I care. 3 Magikarp favorites incoming. I mean, I'm not going to stop you, but I will say, if you want me to be happy, you'll choose Evolved Pokemon. I think that's a fair thing to say, honestly. All right, so we got 2 pivot options here, so let's see what we got to work with. Our first one's going to be Galvantula. I'm going to remove that Unova map. There's no... Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to actually stick this in front of my camera and then move it behind. I think the Unova map has a place on this overlay. I just don't know where it is at the moment, so... You know, we'll figure it out. Here, yeah, this is my new face. Yeah, I am a map of Unova. That's just where we're at. There we go, that's better. All right, so Galvantula is a really cool mon, honestly. I like Galvantula. I'm not a spider person, but Galvantula honestly makes spiders kind of tolerable for me. Just not in Monster Hunter. Those fuckers are scary in Monster Hunter. You're not gonna lie, you can't stand the battle scenes animation in black and white too from what you've seen watching. Yeah, honestly, this is how I felt initially, Timmy. I did not like specifically the fact that the sprites were really pixely. Like, it's a very different art style from growing up with Gen 3. With that said, it grows on you in time, I will say. Or at least it grew on me. It took me a while, though, honestly. And also, you can actually just turn off the battle animations if you want to a degree. I do think they still, like, move around, but you can turn off the move animations, and that's kind of nice. What are we going to name you? We're going to name you Gwen, after Spider-Gwen. The only other tolerable spider in the universe. Yeah, there we go. So why don't you kill me? Oh, this thing is awful. Alright, well, I tried. What does Wonder Skin do? It is lowers incoming non-damaging moves base accuracy to exactly 50%. So actually, it's kind of nice. You don't want to get sand attacked? Run Wonder Skin. That solves that problem real quick. Oh, we're in autumn. Let's go! Yeah, I could get 2 extra items now. Hooray! Yo, thank you, Timmy. Enjoy your mail route. Stay safe out there. And if you need anything, let me know. And hey, we will still try to do a collaboration at some point, Timmy. The only reason we haven't is because I got sick last week. So we're going to try and figure something out at some point. Just remind me because I will forget. As we all know, I have no fucking ability to remember anything. So, you know, fun stuff. Someone to follow you with an umbrella would be lovely if I could make that happen. I would just say, I don't know if I can magically make that happen. But if you manage to train a dog to hold an umbrella, that could work. I mean, hey, it's not impossible, I'm sure. Just, you know, unlikely. All right, give me my potion. Thank you for my free potion. All right, cool. We got that. We're going to come up this way. And we are going to, we're going to have to fight at least a couple trainers here. Where the hell are these items? Because I have never actually had to get these items. Oh, there's one here, one there. That makes sense. All right, so they're not down here. I probably should move. Oh, whoops, I fell in a hole. Ah, I fell in a hole, I fell in a hole, I fell in a hole. There we go. All right, we're out of the hole. Everything's fine. Nothing is on fire whatsoever. Here we go. Alrighty, y'all. We have to fight for Alligator. Yep. Alrighty, then. I mean... This is a trainer's mon, so Seed Flare will just Exodia this thing. And that'd be kind of nice. Oh, it didn't Exodia it. I guess 10 special attack doesn't really help with that. Soak. Okay, what type? You turned me into the water type? Alright then. Sure, I guess. 7. Power Gem. I will take Power Gem over Spore because we can't really click Spore. I mean, might as well. We get a lot of experience. The level curve is really nice in this game because if you end up with something that's a little underleveled, you can usually get away with it. Due to once you beat that mon, you get a little more experience based on the level. Like if you're a lower level especially, you get more experience. If you're a higher level, you get less experience. So that's kind of nice, honestly. Power Gem. Boom. Okay, I gotta do one more. Retaliate is 70 damage, base power, 70 base power rather. If a friendly Pokemon were to faint on the previous turn, this move has double power. We're gonna have to watch out for this in like the E4 or in gym battles, basically deeper in the game. But it is something we need to make sure that we are paying attention to. All right, well, we are going, another Rotom Wash. Is this game even random? Is this even random? Ice Gem. All right. Ice Gem isn't bad. I believe, I don't know the specific percentages on it, but yeah, when held, it strengthens the power of an Ice-type move only once. It uses the item, and then it calls it good. Power Gem is such a good rock move. It really is, honestly. Like, I love Power Gem. You know, that is an absolute homie move. All right, next up, because I don't really want to pivot in this area, as per what we've learned so far. First of all, I'm going to try to get those items that I mentioned real quick. Yeah, so there is an item over here that we want to get. Dome Fossil. Okay, well, I mean, it wasn't good, but, like, it's not horrible. So there's that. And then there's an item here. So yeah, you want to generally start in autumn if you can. So setting your month to March, July, or November will make your life a lot easier. I mean, if I've got bad berries on, which I do, and by bad berries, I mean like the berries that are a little bit less common that have really niche effects. If I have bad berries on, I can at least get the extra items. Like, I feel like that's a fair trade-off. All right, we're gonna go up to Flacussy, as I like to call it, the Flacussy Ranch. It's really the Flauchessy Ranch, or Flauchessy? Flauchessy? I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a ranch, okay? It's a fucking ranch. It's not Dude Ranch. That's something entirely different, and I will not be getting into that. That is something you can get into on your own time. Alrighty, what do we got? A Tepig! Yo, it's a starter! Unfortunately, that's not an evolved starter, so, you know. It's Hidden Valley. Yeah, there you go. It's Hidden Valley. And coincidentally, this stream is brought to you by absolutely nothing, because let's be real here, you have to be psycho to sponsor a fucking crazy-ass stream like this. But if I ever did get a sponsor, I hope it's Mountain Dew. Or Pepsi. I mean, I have a Pepsi today, a wild cherry Pepsi, because these are fucking good too. What we got? Okay, there's still, I believe, 5 more Mons we can run into here. So we're going to try and see every Mon we can before we make a decision, since I forgot to do that on the first route like a dummy. Dude, Pepsi sponsor! Dude! Oh, that reminds me. I figured out how to, like, change the communication in Monster Hunter. So now it's a bunch of, like, really dumb, hilarious phrases. And one of them is, hey, man, how'd you get up there? When you mount a monster. It's fantastic. Like, I just imagine it in Tommy Chong's voice. It's beautiful. Pristine. Pristine. Ow! Oh, landmines. Oh, this album makes me kind of sad because it was Sum 41's last album. They are officially retired now, and that's kind of really, really interesting. They've been a band as long as I've been alive, if not maybe a year less. But, like, starting to see bands that I really like retire is definitely a bit surreal. All right, let's go down here. I just noticed something. It's small and it's gonna bother me. So let me fix something real quick. No. Sorry, y'all. I gotta fix this or else it's gonna drive me fucking insane. There we go. All right, it's fixed. Sorry, I had to fix the bottom screen because I saw like a little line. I already don't like that the bottom of my camera below where the map is doesn't show properly, and so it's just a little black bar down there, but I like to try and make sure that my display is pristine because that's kind of important. Eventually, I do want to maybe make a new overlay, but we haven't gotten to that point yet. And I could kind of just use these different colors for now. I want to make it, though, so that my face is, like, more abundantly present and not up in the upper left-hand corner. I want to make it so that it looks more welcoming and inviting, right? That's kind of something that I'm always kind of thinking about stuff like that. How can I make the presentation better? Because if I can make the presentation better, that makes everyone's life, like, better as far as when you're watching the stream. Oh, it's a Farfetch'd. Wow, this pivot area is ass. Like, wow, all right. As I say that, here comes a Pidgeotto, which is also ass. I don't think any of these fucking mons are gonna be good, are they? You know what? I will check Grumpig, though. I'll see if Grumpig has anything decent. I don't think I'm gonna wipe it out with 15 special attack from, like, 2 levels up. Yeah, I didn't fucking think so. Covet is not stab. I keep thinking Grumpig's part normal type for whatever reason. Don't really know why, but I've always, like, gotten normal type vibes off it. Is Spoink part normal, maybe? I really don't know off the top of my head. What else we got? Meowth! That's right! No, it's not? Weird. You once had a moody Grumpig with sword power as a fun mon. Honestly, that sounds like a fun time. I don't know how the hell, you know, all that would pan out, but it'd be fun, if nothing else. So there's that. By the way, does my mic sound okay and everything? I'm not very close to it right now. I moved it up basically into the upper left-hand corner a little ways away from me. But if I need to move it closer, I certainly can. I don't understand streamers that like to have their mic stand all up in their camera, personally, but like, I don't want my mic stand to show up. I just don't like that, but, you know, teach their own. Nope. All right, cool. Sounds good? Awesome. Thank you. Died to the 6th gym because Skyla led with Spiritomb with Curse. That sounds about right. Yep. I'm gonna go through hell in this game, and I am so here for it. Like, this game actually feels fresh and fun and different. And actually, this is the game I play the most off-stream, if y'all didn't know. And in fact, here, I'll show you. In my special Blastoise Edition DS, this is first of all, this is the second one of these I've owned. Long story short, I had this initially when it first came out, with both the Charizard and the Blastoise plates. But because I didn't have a screwdriver, nor really knew what screwdriver I needed, I never bothered changing the plate. So I had like one side Blastoise, one side Charizard. But I got a new one because that one got lost about a decade ago. And I got this new one a couple years back. I love this thing. But yeah, we have Black 2 in it right now. This is the game I really, really play a lot off stream. But I still don't know everything about it. So I think it'll be really interesting to see, you know, if this helps me even at that point. Yo, Stack Attacker, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. We're vibing so far today, just playing some Kaizo IronMON Black 2 because I am apparently a psychopath. Nah, we're vibing. We're vibing. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's going well for you. Oh, hold on. I need to fix another thing. This is driving me nuts. Why? Okay. One moment. I gotta fix something. You can't see me, but I'm still here. Nothing's on fire. 400 from the right, not 4090. There we go. 4090 is a processor, not an amount of pixels we want to be going. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna switch back. There we go. Cool, fixed it. Yo, Bodley, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. You had a rough time with this one? Oh, hell yeah. You know, I'm sorry you had a rough time with it, but hey, I like challenges. I am here for the challenge, and I think we'll get there eventually. I'm really excited to be doing this. You know, I'm very excited to be trying this out because this is something I've wanted to do for a while, but I've been like really scared of it because, to be completely honest with you, it's pretty intimidating based on the way everyone talks. It's not as bad as Plat. Oh yeah, then we're good. We're good. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. All right, all these mons are dog shit. So we're just gonna have to find the one that's the least dog shit, I guess. So I guess Grumpig is probably going to be one of the two that I'm gonna examine. But yeah, all these mons are pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. None of these are above 500 as far as I'm aware, which is unfortunate because that's kind of what you want. But I guess at this point, what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to try and take this over to Burbank Complex, which We'd have to beat a few trainers to get there. But, like, that's fine. Not a huge deal, you know? We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Oh, Ninjask. We can see if Ninjask has anything, I suppose. I see Aqua Tail on it. That's not bad. What else you got? Needle Arm. Okay. I don't know how much damage this is doing to me or anything, but... Alright then. That happened. Well, let's see what that Ninjask looked like. See if there was any way we could win. Oh, I fucked up bad. Oh, no, I didn't. This is fine. Actually, I dodged a bullet, it looks like. Ha! Yeah, that's right, Samurai. Get wrecked, bitch. Was Galvantula good? No. Galvantula is pretty bad. There's really no world where this ends up good. Rotom Wash. Wow, 214 hit points. Gross. What else we got? Toxicroak. Not great either. I don't think... Well, Rhydon wasn't great. It would evolve into Gliscor. Not great. And then down here, Ninjask. This wasn't a bad Mon. But it's hard to assume that a Ninjask is going to be good at 456 base stat total. And I mean, Toxic Boost is nice. That increased attack to 1.5 when poisoned. And then Rattled raises speed upon one stage by being hit by, what is it, Dark Ghost? Or what was the last thing? Bug. So that's not bad either. I think this Ninjask might have been okay. But that would be about the only thing I could see. What about Grumpig? Grumpig was not great either. All right, let's go to the next seed, y'all. Let's see if we can get another one out of the lab, hopefully. Oh, hey, now that I'm seeing my game capture, it's driving me even more nuts. Let me fix something here. I'm just going to fix the bottom screen because the transform's a little off from the top and bottom both. We're going to go 415 off the top. I wanted to do the funny weed number. Don't judge me. And then probably we want 23 off the bottom. There we go. And then I'm going to move that up just a tad. Just want to make sure the presentation's as good as it can be, y'all. So I apologize. I just want to double check that. There we go. Think we're good. I think we're in there. Let's see if attempt number 4 is better than attempt number 3, shall we? Smoke weed every day. Thanks, Snoop Dogg. Thank you for that quote from October. Yeah, that's a good quote. It's a good quote. All right, we're going to the left. As per the tracker, we got Poliwag, we got Igglybuff, and our choice is Golduck. We gotta find a Poliwag with Golduck. Golduck is a 500 BST Mon. Let's see what it looks like. Might be 505, actually. No, 500. That's right. Has a really good special attack stat and a good speed stat, but it doesn't have any moves to back that up, so it's kind of a problem. You know, back in the day, I would have named Golduck Donald, but given that name is permanently scarred, in my opinion, you're going to see babies not be named Donald. I'm telling you. You're going to see babies not named Donald by the end of this decade. We're going to name it instead Scrooge. It's Scrooge. Anton, good call. I was thinking the same thing. I didn't see that until, literally right after I said it. I, said Scrooge, looked down. Oh, you said Scrooge, too. Nice. Great minds think alike, am I right? Our ability is Honey Gather. The Pokemon may pick up honey after battle. This is completely fucking useless to us. But you know what? We don't need an ability. At least it's not a negative ability. It not being a negative ability means we can at least work with it. Alright, so for this Poliwag, what we're probably going to have to do... I'm just going to make sure that I understand correctly. And I think I do. Psycho Shift is fucking useless for what we're doing. We're going to have to double hit this, I think. Get that bread with this Mon. I'm trying my best. Historically, Honey Gather has been really good for the Kaizo community. As far as, I believe there's been several wins with Honey Gather as an ability. Which is really strange because I have no real actual fucking, reason why that would be the case. I just know that it's happened. Oh, wow. Tail Glow raises drastically. That's 3 stages in this gen. So, in in Gen 3 and Gen 4, Tail Glow only raises the special attack by 2 stages. 3 stages is fucking bizarrely insane. That's silly, honestly. And no, I will never do super, period. That does not mean try and convince me to do super black 2. I will literally ignore you and tell you to go kick rocks. Like, absolutely not. Do I cope on this? I gotta see what the two pivots are here first, I think. Matang isn't bad, but we would have to get it to 45 to evolve it. Challenge mode black 2 is already a nightmare. Yeah, I figured it would be. Probably not something I'm gonna want to like get right into if I can avoid it. All right, I don't like Matang enough to sell this Golduck for it. Telling someone to kick rock because it's not ignoring them. You know, you're not wrong, technically. But, you know what? I don't tell you how to live your life. Don't tell me how to live mine or whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Also, why is it not autumn anymore? Did anyone else notice that? It's not autumn anymore. Why? Oh, there it goes. That's kind of wild. All right. I guess it's going to do that every fucking time we reset because I have it saved under spring. Or not spring, winter. Whatever, it's fine. I like to watch the seasons change. I'm fine with that. All right, Scrooge, you know what to do. Oh my god, these mons that we're having to fight are not giving any fucking experience. This is actually kind of shitty. Flare Blitz? Oh my god, did you all see that animation though? That is the sickest. Look at this. I will slow it down specifically. Wow, that is such a cool animation. I have never looked at the Flare Blitz animation in this game, and that just looks sick. Oh my god, close combat. I mean, it's still not a special move, but this mon's really making me want to cope on it. Like, let's see if we get something at 11. If we get something at 11, I might honestly just send this. Of course, it's a Gloom. All right, I'm going to slow this down to, well, here in a sec, I'll slow it down. Drizzle, you fucking bitch. All right, fine, Flare Blitz. We're going to slow this down as much as we can. Look at this. Hold on. No, a little more than that. We don't need it to be that slow. But, like, look at this animation. This is such a cool, like, that's just so cool. That's just so well done. Kudos to the people that designed this game for making that animation so cool. Like, honestly, it's just peak. It's peak. It's peak. All right, Gloom down. 199 XP. I don't think this is going to be enough to get us to 11. I really don't like that. And it's probably not worth waiting on seeing if the 11 move is good here. But I really want to because 32 spa at level 9 is not a small amount. The problem is that so far this only has physical moves. We do get 12 more moves, but asking for 4 special moves in 12 moves is asking a lot. And then asking the TMs to do anything is asking a lot too, because we all know those are randomized. So like that probably doesn't make sense. So I do think I have to look for a pivot, even though I really don't want to. Oh, Pretty Wing, that's not bad. We get to sell that for $1,500. X Speed, that's really good. No issues with X items. This isn't super. Eat your heart out, pie. Reaper Cloth. All right. I don't think that's one we can actually use either. I think that's a held item. All right, we're going to go up here, and we're just going to see what is going on in here. We got 7 different... Oh, wow. Okay. For those of you who don't know, I like Nidoking, so I'm going to look at this. I'm absolutely going to look at this. Yo, Lilac, welcome in. It's good to see ya. Welcome, welcome. Yo, Mexi Memester, welcome in. Hell yeah. Lots of y'all in here today. Hell yeah. Well, welcome in. We are currently in seed number... Yo, Limpam, welcome in. Good to see you. I think we're in seed number... The attempt counter is not updating. Hold on. I didn't even notice that. Why the hell is the attempt counter not updating? Let me fix that real quick. Sorry, y'all. I guess I must have put the wrong file in. Here we go. No, bad berries are on. Yep, there we go. Attempt 4. Yo, Amanda, welcome in. Damn, y'all are popping in all one after the other right now. Let's go. Sorry it took me a little bit to, you know, come back and stream again, y'all. I got really sick last weekend, for those of you who don't know. For those of you who weren't here at the beginning of stream, I was pretty much half dead last weekend. Withdrawal is not something to mess with. Would not recommend. But we are here now. We are here. We are ready to kick some ass. So far, the seeds haven't been the greatest, but I'm having fun. And honestly, it's the first time in a while I've had a lot of fun with this, so not complaining. All right, so I'm going to try to hit it with one more close combat. See if we can... Oh, but actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. We have low defense. I'm not taking that risk. That's an unnecessary risk. Oh, Lightbird. 446 isn't a bad BST. I might keep that in mind if there aren't more mons that are good here. This fucker. Fuck you, Shed. We're not doing this. Also, if y'all are just coming in, I will probably review the severe weather potential for the next couple days at some point in this stream before the end of stream, because it is something y'all are going to want to pay attention to if you're anywhere in like the center of the U.S. or even towards the East Coast, because it sounds like the East Coast is even going to have some action. So it's as far north as New York. I don't think it touches Connecticut, but it's up near New York, and that's honestly really significant this time of year. Yo, Shay, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome. We're vibing. We're doing some Kaizo IronMON today. Doing Black 2. I feel kind of psycho for doing it. Yeah, I hope not either, Bodley, but honestly, the big thing for me, I love tracking storms, so I'm going to be tracking it as much as I can during the time. I'm going to be providing as many updates as I can in the Discord, so that, you know, anyone who is involved with it can hopefully, like, you know, avoid dealing with it. And I want to try and help as many people as I can, so it's kind of the thought process. All right, can we see the fourth move here? Oh, it's disabled because of... What is... Oh, Curse Body, that's why. Yeah, that makes sense. Never played a Pokemon game, absolutely love the game. You want to try the game, which one you think you should start with? Honestly, I am a big proponent of starting in Gen 3 with Fire Red, but that's just because I love Fire Red, and it's an improved graphical version of Gen 1. If you don't care about graphics, maybe starting at the beginning could work, but if you're going to start in Gen 1, I'd recommend Yellow over Red and over Red and Blue. I would go probably in the order, though, of Fire Red, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Emerald, and then probably Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, somewhere in there. Platinum's probably the best version in Gen 4 to work with. And then probably Gen 5 after that is what I'd be thinking. You love the show, you mean? You got confused? Oh, no, that's totally fair. I get you. No worries. I gotcha. Something that would never come in your mind. Normally don't have such extreme storms here in Germany. Yeah, it's really, really good that y'all don't have a lot of them. Honestly, I think America has the most tornadoes, just period, in the world or something like that. I don't know if it's exactly America, but I'm pretty sure it's America. And let me tell you, it's a fun time until you're, you know, right under one. I saw one actually last year when I looked outside, because I'm like, oh, well, I'm looking at the radar. I don't think there's anything going on, but I just want to look outside and see what it looks like. And I just saw a fucking funnel cloud forming, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. Probably not what we want to see. Probably should go inside. Woke up my fiance, got my cat, went to the shower. Nothing bad happened, but, you know, it's always one of those deals where you want to be careful. Oh, shit, Haxorus. Oh, you bet your sweet ass I'll take Haxorus. Hell yeah. Shouldn't you start with the latest one because it has all the newest Pokemon you see in the show? Oh, if that's the case, if that's kind of the way you want to do it, then yeah, absolutely. I'm just suggesting, you know, starting from the beginning because that's how I would personally do it. But that's also, you know, I have a much different experience, right? I started with the early ones. So I think it probably makes sense, though, if you're thinking of the ones in the show you've seen, probably to start with the latest ones. Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense to me. The latest one, I believe, is Scarlet and Violet, and it is specifically on the Switch. But there is supposed to be Legend ZA coming soon, which I don't think that has TV yet. So probably not one that really matters at the moment, but it will. But Scarlet Violet is probably what you're wanting to look at. Oh. Hi, Dust Noir. I'll look at it. Ice Beam? That did a lot of damage, didn't it? Am I looking at this right? Yeah, if you don't have a Switch, then I would go Gens 1 through 3 first then. if you want to get into it, because that'll give you like the origin of the story, and also you can find those fairly easily. I'm not going to tell you how to find them because I legally cannot do that, but what I will say is they're definitely findable. You just have to look in the right place. That's what I would say. Let me see. What am I going to call this? Fire Red is a good start. It's a remake of the first gen. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, here we go. Genie. We have Genie. This thing did a lot of fucking damage, honestly, with Ice Beam, so that's why I took a shot at it. It's a little slow. But Bad Dreams is pretty hilarious. If you don't know what Bad Dreams does, damages sleeping opponents for 1/8 their max hit points after each turn. So, I mean, we can't use 4, unfortunately, because that's not a legal move in Kaizo, but, you know, it's not bad. It's not bad. Amanda has re-risen. Yeah, we're probably going to have more streams going forward for those of you just coming in. That's something that I also kind of talked about today. Long story short, I have gotten a lot of my energy back. It's not perfect by any means, and I wouldn't expect it like it was initially, where I was streaming daily after work, but I'm going to try and shoot for 2 nights a week if I can during the work week, as well as Saturday, because I want to stream more. I want to be here more. Like, I miss it. I miss doing it. You know, it's just kind of one of those deals where I had to get my mental health in check, and I think it's mostly in check now. We're not quite there. I do think I might have to eventually switch back off Wellbutrin and look for something different, because it's not quite doing all the things that Effexor did right, but the things that Effexor did right were not good at the cost of, like, the things that were going wrong with it. So I'm hoping that there's a med that, you know, I can find that won't have that issue. Ah, crap. Okay, I probably shouldn't have pivoted to this no matter how tempted I was. I'm gonna die, aren't I? Yep. I deserve that. Alright, well, let's look. I mean, to be fair, it showed me Ice Beam and it did a fuck ton of damage. I think it made sense to try it. However, I need to see how much I regret my life decisions here. Haxorus. It would have had Sketch if we could find a mover learner, which I have no idea where that is in this game or if it even exists. So that's probably not great. Nidoking wasn't great either. I guess it's not that bad. Next seed. I need to not overthink it. I need to probably avoid pivoting on Route 20 if I can. It notes that it's better not to use this as a pivot initially unless Fletchessie gives awful choices. So I probably should have just not pivoted there, but whatever. YOLO, right? You live and you learn. All right, attempt number 5. We're going to the right this time, friends. I also want to reintroduce to y'all, if you see in the redeems, we have favorites again. I'm going to let y'all change 4 of the favorites. You cannot touch Blastoise. If you touch Blastoise, I will take your redeem, not refund it, and then probably ignore your future redeems. So don't even think about redeeming Blastoise. Anything else, though, you can change any of these other ones you want. I don't really care. I just want Blastoise. Yo, Rock, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. We're going to take Skarmory because it says to go to the right on the tracker. But yeah, so we need a Registeel on it. Okay, we can put one there. Which one do you want to replace? Let me know which one you want to replace, and we can replace it. Rock, I am vibing. I am just still recovering a little bit, but I'm doing a lot better. So, you know, hopefully it continues in this direction. And, you know, I've gotten a lot of my energy back recently, which is nice. Take Archeops. Okay. Or Archeops, rather. Hey, mods. Exclamation. Here. Actually, here. I'll just show you how to do it because I haven't, like, gotten the chance to show this off yet. I just programmed these a few minutes ago. We're going to do Black 2, Favorite 5. Hold on. I don't think I set this up right yet. Hold on. Let me make sure it's set up right. Because if it's not, I'm just going to feel stupid. Yeah, that's not... Yep, that's not set up right. Hold on. Let me fix it. It just might take me a sec, but I should be able to fix these. Archeops is 5. So let me just fix 5 for now. Cryoteria is 5. Source target is going to be... Source... Where is this? This is under the... Oh, scene. We need to change the scene. My bad. We're going to go nested scene, NDS game capture. We're going to go black 2 favor 5. Why would that be hidden? What? Okay. Oh, I see. I see. So basically, I initially set it up to where there was like a target that would move around. I don't currently have that on here. I probably will eventually do that, but I just haven't gotten the chance to do it yet. I apologize, friends. I just want to make sure that, you know, it does what it's supposed to properly, because if it doesn't, we're just going to have issues. So I don't want to, you know, fuck it up. There we go. All right, cool. B2 Fave 5. And that's going to be, you said Registeel? There you go. Oh, wow, that's so small. I'll fix it. Hold on. I don't know why it's so tiny. Like, what the hell is going on there? It's like a mini Registeel. There we go. That's better. Now that's more like it. There we go. Back. Hi, yes. Okay, cool. All right, we're going to name this Skarmory SR-71 after both the band and the airplane. Because it's a jet. Like, Skarmory is a jet. That's a joke. There we go. Anton beat you to it. Hey, throw whatever you want in here, y'all. We're going to be here at least up to, like, around... I'm going to shoot for at least 2 o'clock. Maybe I'll squeeze it till 3 if we're on a run. But basically, I do have stuff to do. I do have a hard cutoff around 3 because Kat and I have to go and deal with a car sale. Or a car cleaning, rather. Long story short, we're selling Kat's old car. We're getting Kat's mom's car, and it's going to be a bit of a shit show, but we're going to make it work. But basically, I want to throw that out there because that's probably important. But Skarmory isn't black? Oh. But it's dead? Alright, whatever. Next seed. I don't even care. I don't want to know about anything in this seed because it doesn't matter. We're dead. Attempt number 6, we go to. Alright, we're going to minimize that because it's showing me a glare. And then real quick, let me grab this real quick because I'm going to need something from over here. Because eventually I'm going to show you all the weather thing because we need to show you kind of what's going on with that at some point today. So let me throw this in. Next Skarmory is SR-72. If you remind me, I'll do it. I don't care. Oh, okay, so that, okay, so I just need to hippity-hoppity check the property or whatever, which I'll do a little later. All right, cool. So I have that set up. I'll let y'all know about the weather stuff after this next ad break, so that since we seem to have a lot of people here, that way we can make sure that those of you who are here, you know, you can get the word out to anyone who needs to know. Because the weather the next week is going to be a shit show in America. So, you know, if you know anybody in America who might be in those areas, making sure they know is probably a good idea. It's probably going to affect about half the U.S. by the end of this. So, at least it has the potential to affect half the U.S., is how I would put it. At least in some fashion. Just not F-35 unless you want it bad, Mon. Oh. Oh, no. All right, we're going to the left per the tracker. Oh. Okay, we're going to get a Mienfoo, and we have to fight a Hitmonlee. Feels oddly like we're fighting a lot with fighting types. All right, Tinted Lens. This is a cool ability. Doubles damage inflicted with not very effective moves. Unfortunately, on this Mon, it is absolutely garbage because Mienfoo doesn't evolve until level 50. So, however, we do have Howl and Skydrop. So depending on what this Mon has, we might be able to make this work. I think probably, given that we only have 12 attack, I think it's correct to go for a Howl real quick. Well, you know, it wouldn't have mattered, I guess, if it's going to do that. Can we heal? Do we have healing? We do not have healing. All right. Yeah, we're dead. Next seed. Find the German name of Hitmonlee better. It's Kikli. Okay, I love that. I do love that. You're absolutely right. That is beautiful. Honestly, completely and utterly beautiful. Very well done. All right, while all this is going down, I'm just going to get everything pulled up as far as storms go. And then that way, basically, I'm probably going to have to use the restroom during ad break. So I want to make sure that all this is ready for when we come back. And then that way we can just go through it again, just so that... And any of you who were here at the beginning, you know, if you need to go take a piss break during that, feel free. You know, we'll be here still playing Black 2 and White 2 after. But, you know, that's after this next ad break for a few minutes, so... Hitmonchan is Knock Chan. Yeah, knock your ass out, Chan! Boom! Fucking got him! I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. Alright, here. We are gonna go to left per the tracker. Do I know what MGBA is? MGBA is pretty okay. Personally, I prefer BizHawk. If you don't know, there is like an IronMON Discord that, like, okay, so obviously it's not gonna be incredibly relevant for what you're trying to do, but it does have resources that might be useful to you. So I will just throw that into the chat here so that you can, like, you know, I think this is correct. Yeah. You can ignore the full rules part, but the Discord actually has, like, some resources that might be useful for whatever that's worth. I'm not going to really speak any further on that because, again, I got to be careful on legality and such things, but, you know, I'll throw that out there. Heard MGABA is the safest you should use it. I mean, it's not bad, and especially for your purposes, it makes sense. I like BizHawk because it lets me do, like, randomization and stuff, but I think MGBA is pretty cool. Yeah, that's the other thing. The Discord will show you how to, like, set up a bunch of stuff, which is nice. All right, so we're going to go to the left here, see what we got. We fight a Clamperl with a Cleffa. All right, then. I guess we're fighting Cleffa. Oh, I'm just going to throw that up here as the next song as well. And actually, I'm going to cue that. Then remove. Yo, thank you for the follow, new friend. Welcome on in the Coldest Squirtles. You get 5 new emotes just for following. And welcome to what I like to call the Suck Zone. Nothing to do with my mouth. Everything to do with my gameplay because I'm pretty bad at this game, to be completely honest with you. Yes. All right. I mean, I've won Kaizo 4 times. That doesn't mean I'm good at the game. That means I got lucky 4 times, is what it means. Although I do think I do tend to analyze things better than some people. You know, I don't think I'm the greatest. I used to think I was really good at it, but then I, like, realized I can't beat anything that's not Fire Red so far. So, till I beat something else that's not Fire Red, I can't really say that, honestly. Rock Climb. I mean, I have a lot of pre-existing knowledge, which is nice. But, you know, pre-existing knowledge can only take you so far. But if you're new here and you've never seen it, here is this command I'm going to put it here has the, oh, it might be FR win for, whoops. Yep, this command will show you the exact amount of emotion that I pour into these games. And that is what you get here that you don't get elsewhere. I will pour my heart and soul into this because this is, you know, Pokemon means a lot to me. You'll see that by the fact that I have fucking 3 tattoos, and every single one of them is Pokemon related. So I wouldn't tattoo my body with anything that I didn't have an emotional connection to, because that's just the way I am as a person. And so, you know, Pokemon has been there for me through my entire life, even when I was in, you know, less than ideal situations, when I was growing up and not, you know, not living in a very safe environment. But, you know, we got out of there, and it's because of Pokemon a lot that I have a lot of the friends I do now, that I have even a Kaizo career, or a Twitch career even, because I wouldn't have done Twitch if I hadn't watched people doing Pokemon challenges. Well, I mean, Doug too, but, you know. Oh, Cleffa's evolving? Why is Cleffa evolving? All right, then, sure. Just brain AFK grind like you did with Natdex in 2 day over 1,000 seeds. Listen, if I ever get a free day to do that, I'll just drop 200 seeds in 1 day. I've done 200 seeds in 1 day in Fire Red. We've seen it. We've seen it happen. I'll fucking do it again. All right. I got the auto heal, and now we are here. There are 2 Mons in this grass. We want to make sure we see each one of them so that we can make an informed decision on if we need to pivot. For those of you who don't know about the Kaizo rules, you want to pivot once, or you're allowed to pivot once per route. So you're allowed to, for instance, take one of the Mons out of these 2 here, and then Route 20 has, I think, like 5 or 7 different pivots, something like that, that you could pick one of if you so choose. You could pick one of 7 in the ranch area, but you can only choose one to continue your journey with, and you have to commit to that. So, you know, there are other places you can pivot in this game. I guess you could pivot in what the hell is it? God, I don't remember what it's called. Complex, the Burbank Complex. That's the area. And so, like, there's a few different pivot areas that are pretty cool. But yeah, your goal is to take one Pokemon to the end of the game. And that's why I love this so much. Because growing up, like, and for those of you who grew up, especially in the late 90s, maybe Red was your first game. Maybe Gold or Silver was your first game. Hell, maybe Gen 3 was your first game. Anyone who did not start as an adult, I guarantee you at least once mowed through the game with one Pokemon. And that's kind of why this is a cool challenge. Because it kind of gives you that, like, that throwback to a lot of people's childhoods. All right, we got Rock Climb here. All right, so it's... Wait, we get confused with Rock Climb? I did not know that. That is bizarre. I did not actually know that. 20% chance to confuse. Huh. More you know, I guess. Crystal was your first game? Yeah. I mean, and everyone... Look, I didn't even realize you could use more than one Pokemon for a long... Well, not for a long time. For a few years. And then I realized, oh, hey, I can use different Pokemon and build a team. But Kaizo has kind of reinforced the habit of going back to one Mon, which is kind of nice, because I really do enjoy one Mon to the finish. All right, so if y'all don't know, supposedly Trubbish is a cat. So I'm going to name Garbodor Kitty. It's, you know, I'm going to assume it's a cat and not a bag of trash, because that would make me feel better. Oh, Dragon Gem. Give me that shit. And actually, Unaware? Wow, okay. Ignores other Pokemon stat modifiers for damage and accuracy calculation. This is pretty okay. The speed's a little lower than you want it. Generally, you want around 2 times the speed. 3 times one of the attacking stats. That's a little low, too. At the same time, Relic Song is pretty good. 10% chance to put the opponent to sleep. Wild Charge does a lot of damage. Attack Order is non-contact, as a lot of you who have seen the Bees emote would know. Here's that Bees emote. Red was your first, then Yellow, then Gold. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like, I went from Red to a little bit of Crystal, I guess, or maybe it was Gold or Silver. I don't remember which one it was, but my older half-brother had it, and I got to play, like, enough to where Totodile evolved into Croconaw. Unfortunately, I didn't get to play further than that back then, but after that, I went straight to Fire Red, Leaf Green, and then to Sapphire, then to Emerald. I actually played Emerald before Ruby, and then, you know, eventually I became versed in most of the Pokemon games. I mean, I don't know everything, but I know a lot when it comes to this, so, you know, that's cool. You know, you played a good amount of Stadium. Yeah, we didn't own an N64 back in the day. The only consoles that we had for a long time were a PS1, and mind you, this is in 2005, right? We're sitting there with a PS1 in 2005. And we had, back when I lived with my dad, an NES that, again, we're talking like probably around 2000, 2001. So that's just kind of if that tells you kind of the way that, you know, I grew up. Like, I grew up in pretty extreme poverty for a while. So I've always been trying to, like, fight out of that. Still not perfect here, but, you know, I feel a lot better than I did initially about all that. Oh, I'm not going to save it, because if I save it, that's going to be dumb. Okay. Way too much of Pokemon Snap OG. Fair. You were the guy in your school who had to trade Celebi because you knew how to get it and how to dupe in gold. Hey, you know, it sounds like it's the developer's problem if they don't like the fact that you can dupe. Maybe they should have fixed their game. Just saying. Yo, hey, I'm going to take a quick ad break, y'all. I did mention I need to get up and stretch during this. I'm going to throw words on stream up so y'all got something to do during the ad break. And when we come back, we are going to continue this seed after I brief y'all on the weather, because, again, I think that it is very important to talk about it for those of you in America. So we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. And we will play some words on stream in the meantime. Thank you. All right, mods, you're in charge. Don't break anything. And also, if you do, don't tell me. All right, y'all, I'm back. Hi. Sorry, it took me a sec. I needed to message Kat's mom and just kind of figure some shit out. Gonna try to get my hair fucking sorted back out, and then we should be good to go through what we're gonna go through. How the fuck did we get to level 9? Let's go. Great work, everybody. Hell yeah. Oh, apparently Bart's not a word, but art? No, that's not a word either, because... but acro? No. God damn it. Krat? Quart? Coat. That's a word. I know coat's a word. All right, yeah. So, hi. We are back. We are just going to finish up this round of words on stream. Then I'm going to quickly go through the weather one more time. This will probably be the last time I go through it today, but what I'll do is I'll kind of post a link to or I'll post in the Discord kind of what I'm talking about. Yo, Bonus, welcome in. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Oh, boat. That's a word. Shit. I mean, there's no way we're going to get there, but hey, it be like that sometimes. It's all good. It's all good. Hi. Yeah, let me real quick switch back to this scene. We are going to just mow through this real quick. So I'm going to pause the music. This is probably as serious as I'm going to get today. We have, in the next week here in America, for those of you who are American, a pretty wide range of stuff about to happen in the next week storm-wise. And so I just want to walk through that, kind of tell you all what's going on. Make sure you get the word out to anyone you know that's American that might be in these severe risks, because we want to make sure that we are taking care of everyone we can. We want to prevent any fatalities if at all possible. I'm not saying that to scare anybody. I'm saying that just to make sure that we're all aware of the seriousness of the situation, and also that tornadoes are scary. So let's just go ahead and get into it, shall we? Ew, America. I agree, 100%. I am so sorry to those of you who are Canadian, German, not American, for the behavior of our dipshit leader, because I promise you not all of us feel that way. Most of us are very upset. So trust me, we're kind of in the same boat as you. Unfortunately, we're also too lazy to get off our asses and do something about it. Although there are a lot of people who are trying, to be fair. Now you're back. You took care of some laundry. Well, welcome back, Limpan. Welcome back. Hey, listen, I'm down for Canada. I have no issues with Canada. I've never had issues with Canada, so don't worry. I think Canada's cool. You know, I'm just looking out right now, though, for the people that, you know, are going to be affected by these storms, because this is going to be interesting. You'll see. Let me go ahead and just make sure. Here we go. Day 1 convective outlook. Oh my God, the transformation fucked itself up. Hold on. Reset. All right, cool. Hi. Yeah, so let's just get this out of the way right now. I was gonna go in and transform this, but I'm lazy. It's fine. I can explain this pretty well. First and foremost, this is day 1. This is for today. There's a slight risk of severe weather. Covers Norman, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Springfield, Missouri, Wichita, Kansas, Kansas City, Jefferson City in Missouri. I don't think this is going to be a huge event. There are a couple of small tornado risks. There's one down here in Louisiana that covers southern Louisiana, southern Mississippi, covers New Orleans, is kind of the main area. Dodges Mobile just barely, but this area I don't know as much about because I have been focused more on the tomorrow risk. You'll see why in a sec. But I would say, just keep an eye out. This one is probably a little less likely, but you still don't want to just, ignore it either, because the moment you ignore it, bad things happen, right? But then this 2% risk up here, looks like they might have actually extended this maybe in, let me see, 7:42 a.m. No, they didn't extend this. I must have just forgotten. All right, this 2% risk, though, goes through a good amount of Oklahoma, including Fort Sill, Norman, Oklahoma City, Tulsa. Comes up here to the eastern side of Kansas, just to the east of Wichita. Springfield, Missouri, Jefferson City, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, all in this one. And then a little portion of southern Iowa and maybe a little smidgen of far southeast Nebraska. So this here, the main risk today, though, is probably, wind you have some risk here, a 15% stretching from Norman, Oklahoma, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Springfield, Missouri, Wichita, Kansas, Kansas City, Missouri, Jefferson City, Missouri. This is a 15% chance of wind gusts of 57 miles per hour or higher within 25 miles of any given point. And anything I say from here on, if I forget, is within 25 miles of a given point. That's very important. You know, this isn't like some doom scenario immediately, but it is the case where within 25 miles of a point is implied for most of this if I forget. So just kind of keep that in mind. There's a 5% risk of wind. I'm not going to go over that. I mean, it's going to be windy. Don't go outside if it's windy. All right. This is the main risk for today, though. We have a hatched risk of hail here in Norman, Oklahoma City, in Oklahoma, and then Wichita, Kansas. Basically in this small area. This is a hatch risk, which means it's a 10% or greater probability of 2-inch diameter or hail or larger within 25 miles of a point. So there's a chance, basically, that you get some big-ass hail in here. This hatch risk is, if you don't know what a hatch risk is, you'll see this, like, black outline here and then, like, the little, like, lines in there. That's what a hatch risk essentially is. This is also a 15% chance of 1-inch diameter hail or larger within 25 miles of a point. That stretches in all those areas we just covered, as well as Tulsa in Oklahoma, a little bit of far northwest Arkansas, a little bit of southwest Missouri, and a bit of southeast Kansas. I'm not as worried about today as I am about tomorrow or another day that we'll go over here in a sec, but today is definitely something you still want to watch because while the risks today are conditional, if something can fire, if the cap that is in place bursts, we could be looking at potentially strong storms. So I wouldn't discount this day as being nothing. Definitely a reason there's at least a 2% risk out. But this is nothing compared to tomorrow. Let's look at tomorrow. So we have an enhanced risk, right? That stretches through a lot of America. So let me just kind of go through this. We got far northeast Texas. We got far north Louisiana. We got a good portion of Arkansas, including Little Rock. Basically most of Arkansas, really. We got northern Mississippi, including Greenville, Mississippi. We got far northwest Alabama. We got western Tennessee, including Jackson, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee. We got Bowling Green, Kentucky. We got Louisville, Kentucky. So about I would say the western side of Kentucky here. We got a good portion of western Ohio, including Cincinnati. We got most of Indiana. It refreshes sometimes, so don't worry if it does that. Indianapolis is under the gun here. Fort Wayne, Evansville in Indiana. And then in Illinois, we got Springfield, and then it's basically most of southern Illinois here. Then we have southeastern Missouri, including, looks like it's just east of Jefferson City, Missouri, so I wouldn't really count that, but it's a good portion of southeast Missouri. I think I already covered Arkansas. If I didn't, Little Rock's here. Basically, this is enhanced risk. This is the third highest category that they will issue. So this is definitely not anything to sleep on. This is a day 2 outlook too. So it could very well, we could get a moderate risk, which is the second highest by tomorrow. We'll have to see how it plays out. This event hasn't been as crazy as initially predicted. It has downtrended to a degree, but I don't think you discount it. And I'll show you why in a sec. So let's start with hail. So in the hatched area here, that black outline with the lines, you got northeast Texas being under the gun, including Lufkin. You got northern Louisiana, including Shreveport, Jackson, Mississippi, Greenville, Mississippi, Little Rock, Arkansas, Memphis, Tennessee, Jackson, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee. You got a good portion of southeast Missouri under the gun here, including St. Louis. We got Bowling Green and Louisville in Kentucky on the western side here. And then this does not come over to Cincinnati for the hail risk, but you have Indianapolis in here as well as Evansville in Indiana. You have Springfield in Illinois being covered as well as a good portion of just the southern portion. Basically, this here means that there is a 10% or greater probability of 2-inch diameter hail or larger within 25 miles of a given point. So big ass hail. So, you know, if you see it, obviously don't be outside during big ass hail. I mean, it's kind of all I can tell you. There is also on top of that a 30% chance of hail, of 1-inch diameter hail or larger within 25 miles of a point. And that actually cuts off a bit of Texas, but it does still have far northeast Texas, North Louisiana, northern Mississippi, including Greenville, Little Rock, Arkansas, so most of Arkansas is here, same area of Missouri, same area of Kentucky practically, same area of Tennessee practically. This actually then stretches a little further out into Kentucky, so a little more of that's covered. And then Cincinnati and Fort Wayne are covered by this as well. So this area is definitely something to be watched. Nothing too crazy as far as the hail goes that I've never seen before, but it's still something you want to look out for. But that's not the main threat, I don't think. I think probably the wind is the main threat. This red area here, the 30%, is going to be the 50 knots or higher, which translates out to 57 miles per hour or higher. That's basically in the same areas that we've talked about over and over again. I don't think it includes anything we didn't mention, so I mean, I guess there's a little tinge of Peoria that's in the 30% risk, maybe on the eastern side of it, but otherwise, I think this is pretty much what we've already talked about. Hatch risk, this means a 10% or greater probability of wind gusts, 65 knots or greater. That translates out to 74 miles per hour or higher within 25 miles of a point. And that covers cities like St. Louis, Little Rock, Memphis, Jackson, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Bowling Green, Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, Springfield. These winds are strong enough to where they could potentially they could inflict damage that you would see potentially out of a tornado just with the straight line winds. So you might want to just, keep an eye out. I mean, 75 miles per hour. I mean, that's EF0, EF1 tornado range for sure. So, it's just going to be straight line instead of just spinning. So that's something to keep in mind with this. Again, I think that this is probably the main risk. But there's still a tornado aspect to this. And this I want to touch on. So the 2% risk, you kind of see it in the green. Main thing I'm going to go over is the 5 and 10% because I think these are the more significant days. And I don't want to sit here and talk about this for an hour or anything. I just want to make sure that we're aware of everything. So this area for the 5% is going to cover Fort Wayne, Indiana, Indianapolis, Indiana, Cincinnati, Ohio. It's going to cover a bit of Kentucky, a bit of Tennessee, a bit of Alabama. Greenville, Mississippi is in this. It's just north of Jackson, Mississippi. Far north Louisiana is in it. A good amount of Arkansas is in it. Far northeast Texas is in it. Good amount of southeastern Missouri is in it. A good amount of southern Illinois is in it. So this is a 5% risk of a tornado within 25 miles of points. Obviously, that's significant in itself. But then we get a 10% hatch risk. What this means specifically, and it refreshed on me, what this means specifically is it's a 10% risk of an EF2 or higher tornado within 25 miles of a point. An EF2 or higher, you're looking at stronger side tornadoes. So this is something you don't want to discount. This is something you want to take seriously. This includes parts of northern Mississippi, parts of northwest Alabama, a good amount of eastern Arkansas. Far southeast Missouri, it looks like, is in that. Far southern Illinois, far southern Indiana, good amount of Kentucky, including Bowling Green and Louisville. So this area is something that I'm going to watch for, stuff to pop off in especially. So if you know anybody in this 10% hatch risk for tomorrow, make sure they are looking out for the weather. You do not want them to get caught up in this. It could be a day that is significant, and you just don't want to see anyone get hurt. So I don't think this is the most dangerous thing we have coming up, but I do think it's something we need to talk about, we need to mention. And so, let's move on to day 3. This is looking at Monday now. So on Monday, we have an even bigger risk. It's a slight risk that stretches all the way from New Orleans in Louisiana. So I'm going to say southeast Louisiana, southern Mississippi, most of Alabama, including Birmingham, and Mobile, northwest Tennessee, including Tallahassee. Oh, Dothan, Alabama, I guess, is in there. I didn't quite catch that. Columbus, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, most of Georgia, really. All of South Carolina, all of North Carolina, far eastern Tennessee, including Chattanooga, far eastern Kentucky, including Ryan Hall's Weather House, if you're wondering. He makes that information public, so I have no problem saying it. North Carolina's in it. Virginia is all in it. Maryland and Delaware, fully in it. A good amount of New Jersey's in it. It looks like that doesn't quite stretch to Connecticut, but it does have the southern portion of New York, just to the west of New York City. But Albany's in here, Binghamton's in here, a good amount of Pennsylvania's in here, including, looks like Pittsburgh's actually on that line. Philadelphia and Scranton are definitely in it. Charleston, West Virginia is also in it, and that's like most of West Virginia here too. Looks like there's like a little sliver that is dodged here, but most of this is going to be in that slight risk. I don't know a lot about this right now because the National Weather Service is still kind of doing their investigative research on it. But what I can tell you is that probabilistically, there's a 15% risk that stretches from that area from New Orleans all the way up to New York and covers the Carolinas, Virginia, Maryland, etc., Georgia for the most part. Basically, if you know anybody in this area, this is something you're going to want to watch out for as well. I don't expect it to be like something that goes into an enhanced risk as of now, but that could definitely change. So, you're going to want to just keep an eye on the weather on Monday as well, if you live in any of these areas, or even in the 5% risk, which does cover a bit of Connecticut and a bit of Massachusetts. So this is definitely something you're going to want to keep an eye on. But with that said, we're about to get to the main event. So I hope you're ready for the main event. Yo, Tomahawk, welcome in. We're just going over the weather real quick, and then we're going to get back into the Kaizo. Long story short, a bunch of storms coming. I'm not going to go back over it because, we're in day 3 now, and we need to get to day 4. Day 4, there's a 15% risk the National Weather Service has indicated. Basically, what day 4 through 8 means is that it shows any severe weather area. So that could be damaging winds, that could be hail, that could be tornadoes, anything like that could potentially be involved, but they haven't fleshed out exactly what it is yet because it's still 4 days out. So this is looking at, I believe, Tuesday at this point. This is northeast Kansas, southeast Nebraska, including Omaha and Lincoln. This is southwest Iowa, including Des Moines, and northeast Missouri, including Kansas City. This is a very small risk compared to the other risks we're seeing, but it's not one that you discount either. If you know anybody in any of these areas that I'm mentioning, make sure they're aware that the weather could get rough in the next 5 days or so, and to keep an eye on it because, you just don't want anybody to get hurt, right? We want to make sure that things are as smooth as possible and that, people are able to keep themselves safe in situations like this. But now we're going to get to the main event. And what I'm about to show you is not something you see often. This is not something that's a common thing that the National Weather Service does. And there is already very strong wording for the day 5 forecast from several meteorologists, including Max Velocity. He's not quite a degreed meteorologist yet, but he's literally done this long enough to where I can consider that his opinion's pretty good, given that he tends to call out a lot of these tornadoes before they happen on radar and seems to know kind of what he's talking about in general. But he'll be a degreed meteorologist in like 2 months. Long story short, he's still in college. Not the point. We're going to go to day 5 here, and here we go. So you're going to notice, hey, this is like right around that same area we were just talking about, right? So you're talking northeast Texas for the 15% risk, including Dallas. You got some of eastern Oklahoma in here, including Tulsa. You got Springfield, Missouri, Jefferson City, Missouri, Hannibal, Missouri. You got Peoria in Illinois. You got Springfield in Illinois. You got Chicago and Milwaukee, Chicago and Illinois, Milwaukee and Wisconsin. You got Detroit, Michigan in this. You got some of northern Indiana here. You got a good amount of western Ohio here, including Columbus. You got some of eastern Kentucky in this. You got some of the central parts of Tennessee in here, just to the west of Chattanooga. You got far northwest Alabama. You got a little sliver of Mississippi in here, including Greenville. You got Shreveport involved in northern Louisiana, and obviously you can see a good chunk of that here. So this is a 15% risk of any severe thunderstorms firing off, is what they specifically say, within 25 miles of a point. So that could be any mode of severe weather. You're talking damaging winds, hail, tornadoes, anything like that is currently up for grabs. But that's not the main part. I think you can see this 30% risk. This here is incredibly rare to see. You do not see 30% risks issued on day 5 very often. This means that they are pretty confident that something big is going to pop off in this orange area. This orange area is going to include Little Rock, Arkansas. It's going to include far northwest Mississippi. It looks like maybe a bit of like northeast Mississippi here. It's going to include Jackson, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, basically all of western Tennessee. You got western Kentucky, including Louisville and Bowling Green. You got southeast Missouri. You got southern Illinois getting in on some of this action. St. Louis, actually, in Missouri, looks like they're like right on the cusp of getting in on this. Indianapolis, you're under the gun. Evansville, Indiana is also under the gun. So southern Indiana, I would watch out for as well. And then Cincinnati, so far southwest Ohio, is in the 30% risk as well. So basically, y'all, you're going to want to watch out, especially on this one. This one, I think, could be a very significant day. I'm hoping that it downtrends. I'm hoping that we're wrong. But I'm not going to assume anything. I'm not going to make any guarantees. I think this is definitely something you got to take serious. If you're anywhere in that highlighted orange area, or if you know anybody in that highlighted orange area, make sure they know Wednesday could be a very dangerous, significant, severe weather day. And we want to get that wording out specifically because, again, they do not issue 30% very often in the day 5 territory. That's something you see maybe once a year, maybe once every 2 years, honestly. Day 6 through 8 so far looks good. Predictability too low is what they say, so it's not saying potential too low, meaning there could be something in these next 3 days after that, but they're just not 100% sure yet. But that day 5 outlook, you want to make sure that if you know anybody in that area, they are especially aware of that one. I don't say this to scare anybody. I just want to make sure that, anyone we can make sure is being safe during this is being safe. We want to make sure that everyone is taking the necessary precautions. So thank you all for hanging with me during that. And now we're going to switch back over to Kaizo. Let's continue Black and White 2. I guess it's Black 2, but still. We'll get the music back on, and let's do the thing. Wait, what did this say? It says I'm lazy? I mean, I am lazy. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. All right, so we got to fight at least a couple trainers here. So we're not going to pivot further because there's only one pivot we have available before this trainer. So we're going to see what Kitty can do. We're going to go Wild Charge because Electric Strong against Flying seems good. But yeah, if y'all are just coming in, so far we have done 7 attempts today. I don't know if that's good or bad, but we're doing it. We are actually going to keep Mud Sport. I don't think keeping Solar Beam is worth it because I don't think we have a strong enough special attack and we don't have an ability that could take advantage of that. And I think we're going to pivot off this. So I think it makes sense to maybe not do that. All right, cool. Level 8. How far are we going to go? Yeah, 8.5. That's not bad. All right, we're going to go to the next trainer over here. Get this out of the way. And then after this, we're going to go up to the ranch and see if we can pivot. I'm not going to try to pivot in the grass right above me because I have learned my lesson. I ain't pivoting there no matter what if I can avoid it. I have learned a lesson. Also, I'm just going to check real quick because I did message Kat's mom. Great. Sounds good. Awesome. Fantastic. Awesome. All right, cool. We are going to hit this Chikorita with... That's not wild, right? Yeah, that's a trainer battle. Attack order. Just got to make sure I'm not killing wilds because, yeah, I've had a history of messing up before. Not trying to do that today. All right, we are going to grab X Special Defense here off the ground. That's not bad at all. We will absolutely take that. There are a couple items in Autumn, which is why we're in Autumn. Also, it's March, so I can technically do that. But also, they literally tell you should probably just set it to that. Rock Gem here, so that will one time only boost the power of a rock move. So that's not bad. Ice Heal. I like that. I definitely don't like getting frozen, and generally, if you get frozen, the Ice Heal is always going to be worth it. It's always going to give you the value that you need because you just don't get frozen often. Usually, the most chance you ever have of getting frozen is like Tri Attack, but really, that's just picking 1 out of 3 for a 20% risk of it. So, probably fine. All right, so if we don't see anything better than this Garbodor here, I'll probably send this. But I do think it's worth looking. There are 7 pivots here, and we have a Bisharp. Bisharp is a decent mon, but it's Dark Steel. It does tend to take a lot of damage from fighting moves. Still, I could see if it has anything decent. See what it has to work with. Bolt Strike. Wow, Mudsport kind of clutch there. Ow. Well, that fucking hurt. Asshole. Air Slash. All right. Air Slash. Stop. Let me out. All right, we're out. Good. All right, we got to go heal. Didn't expect that. I'm glad there's just some random 90s alternative rock sprinkled in here, y'all. It kind of makes this based. All right, let's heal real quick, and then should be able to continue. Basically, I want to make sure that I'm not taking any unnecessary risks here because that's kind of one of the biggest things that I tend to do is I'll take a lot of unnecessary risks and then get burned for it and then wonder why I got burned for it. Well, we're not gonna, we're not gonna do that today. We're gonna make sure that we're being smart today. But yeah, I hope y'all are enjoying this. I'm actually really having a good time with this. So there's a very good chance we do more of this in the future, maybe even next Saturday, honestly, depending on how things pan out. We'll see kind of how it goes, but I am enjoying this. This is super fun. Zap Cannon, you are an asshole, Bennett. You are literally the worst. Wow, all right. All right, it has Bolt Beam. Cool. I think as long as I don't run into Bisharp exactly. You know, I'm gonna just, you know, not risk it. You know, I wonder why bad things happen to me. And then I do that. All right, let's get healed, and then we'll go back up there, see if we can get another pivot. Try my best here to be mindful of, like, the 7 pivots we have to work with, specifically because, like, if you have 7 different options and you only see 3 of them, how can you be sure you're getting the best one, right? And so, you know, these runs may be... I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna try and get this. If you don't know, Archeops has 567 base stat total. This is, I believe, the highest legal base stat total you can have in this game. So, Archeops, I think I can make an exception for as far as not pivoting in this area. Because if this is good, we are fucking set. Yo, Chaos, welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Get in the ball, Archeops. Come on. All right, Nature Power Seed Bombing Grass here? Let's go. Imagine still has Defeatist. If it has Defeatist, I am just going to put my controller down, take a walk, go grab grass, bring it upstairs again. We'll do the touch grass meme again. I have no problem doing that if that happens. You're doing okay. Somewhat wonder if you want to join a stream team. Honestly, so the complicated part about stream teams, just in my experience, is you do want to try and, like, make sure that you're being active within the stream team. And that's something I'll admit that I kind of suck about. Like, this is something I'm, you know, constantly trying to be better about. But admittedly, I do end up caught up in my own shit a lot. And, you know, that happens. But I would say, if you're willing to be active in it and collaborate with people and stuff like that, I think it's probably a good idea. You're pretty active when you're not sick. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Archeop's the only mon that has a BST the same as a Nat set. It's Nat Dex number? Really? What? Why? Why is that even... All right, I'm not complaining. I'm just confused. All right, cool. We have the bird. We're going to name the bird... Not bad. This is me saying I don't want this mon to be bad. If this mon is bad, I'm going to be very sad. All right, let's try this again. See if it's any good. If it's not, we just go pivot in the ranch. Good lord. All right, do y'all know why I'm rolling my eyes? Can anyone, based on looking at this mon, tell me why I just started rolling my eyes? If you can, you get, I don't know, the recognition of being right. I don't know. But if you know why I'm rolling my eyes at this, feel free to post it. Problem is, you don't know which one. Don't have a good connection to one. Remember saying about something that you had drama for, you had amnesia? A little bit, yeah, a little bit. So I don't know necessarily how much that would affect anything, but it definitely, there was a bit of drama, I will say. Like, I'll tell you that straight up. But I also don't think it was completely your fault. I think generally there's a lot of, like, misunderstandings that happen just in general. Because, you know, we're all only one person. We all take things different ways, and we all handle things different ways. And I know that sounds like some generic bullshit, but no, it's honestly very true. Tells you the EG is probably no. What I would say is that I'm not the person in charge of that. I'm probably not the person to talk to about that. I would say... What would I say? Yo, thank you, Limpan. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'll do my best. I would say, Chaos, my recommendation would be to just, like, you know, I would say get in the Discord, show people that, you know, you mean well. That's what I would do. At least that's how I'd handle it. Still struggling in Sinnoh, but it is what it is. You will eventually get there. And I know. I could generically say that until you're at 10,000 attempts. I could generically say that until you're at 20,000 attempts. But I do mean it. You play well enough to get there. You just gotta have a bit more luck, and, you know, it happens. Trust me, it happens to the best of us and the worst of us. It happens equally. Kaizo does not discriminate. Kaizo just decides it doesn't give a shit. Right, well, gotta get over social anxiety first. That's not easy either. You know, Chaos, I'll tell you straight up, I have a lot of social anxiety myself, right? And what I'll tell you is that it took me medication to get to the point where I was okay. And, you know, that's not for everybody, obviously. That's something where we died, we're gonna go to the next seed. It's not something where, you know, one size fits all, I don't think. I think generally speaking, like, it can help some people, but also there are, like, things that you can learn to do to try and, like, you know, if you see a situation getting out of hand, just stepping away from it, like stuff like that, you know, and that also sounds really generic, but I'm just calling it the way I see it because I've been there and I've done that. I've lived those lives, you know. I've had a lot of stuff like that where, you know, I used to be, like, not a great person back in the day, and I said and did a lot of things that I'm not proud of. But what you do is you learn from it, you get better, and you strive to be the best person you can be. And that's my best advice that I can give you. You're currently at 9274, 5 attempts away from your latest run being 300 seeds between. Currently have a Glade with at least 1 badge. What do you have with base stats as far as that goes? Like, what's the base stat total look, or not base stat, the stat dispersion, the disparity? Like, what's the spread look like? What's the, like, is it like moves, you know, stats? This is stuff that probably matters. Since you updated the latest patch, Rourke and the first gym has been an absolute wall in comparison from before. Yeah, that happens a lot, honestly. It really does. Has amnesia, doesn't remember what you may or may not have done. I mean, I know that you and Falcon haven't had the best relationship in the past, but I think that talking to Falcon about that would probably help. Like, just, you know, wait! Is that what I think it is? Am I seeing this right? Are these shadows accurate? Hi Anna, welcome in. Three cards, Pot of Greed, doesn't matter. Are these shadows accurate? Because if they are, I think I just hit a shiny in the middle there. There, Flipper. Flipped. We'll see. Ah, damn it. I tried. Oh, come on. It looked red. It had the red flame. Don't tease me like that. Middle one seems after. This is unfortunate. This is so unfortunate. Oh, well. It be like that. That's fine. We'll take the Chandelure, though, because I love Chandelure. It's actually one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 5. Fire Ghost is such a cool typing. So let's just see. Let's see what it looks like. Plus, it's a tracker direction, so we're just generally going to go that way. Rain Dish? Come on. That's terrible. Ass. I mean, it's fast. It's not going to let me name it Ass, really? Come on. Fine. Ash. There. Good enough. Won't let me name it Ass. Maybe I just clicked wrong. You hate the rain, but it heals me. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the energy you get off this. Absolutely. Which, it is what it is, you know? We'll make it work. Alright, so we have 12 attack. It's probably going to be pretty fucking hard to get out of this, but we're going to try. We're going to try X Scissor first. Sky attack. Alright, that's not great. Let's go bind to put in a little extra damage, some chip damage. That might matter here. Oh, Sky attack. Nice. All right, well, bind is going to do a little bit of chip damage here. I'm also going to try arm thrust to see how much this does comparatively to X Scissor. Don't think it does enough. Blade the Glade is at level 24 with 1 badge. Neutral nature. Gotcha, gotcha. All that sounds normal. X Scissor then. Wow. It's hailing now. All right, sure. Trying to see if we can do this. It won't actively try to kill you because the AI is kind of weird in this game. At least in the first trainer battle, once you have the opponent, or once you're under half hit points, rather. When you're under half hit points, it'll generally try to go for non-killing moves as much as it can. So we're able to get out. 75, 62, 34, 53, 55, 54. So you're looking at like 2.5 times attack. 2 times special attack, 2 times speed. Guts is a good ability. Yeah, if you get status, I mean, your physical attack definitely seems to be a little better because of that. Obviously, you don't want to put yourself in a bad situation. You don't want to purposely status yourself or anything. But if you get status, you can play through that. Yeah, that makes sense. Chandelure doesn't get moves. This is so unfortunate. I was so hyped for a second, and then the game was like, nope. I mean, the sprites probably are flipped. Anna's probably right on that. I'm not aware of that. I haven't played enough of this to know. But it would make sense if they were flipped. Still, it would have been really cool to hit a shiny Chandelure, because I love that flame. I love the red flame. It's just such a pretty flame. Stab, Force Palm, Iron Tail, Double Hit, and Howl. Oh, absolutely. And you have learnable Bubble Beam. It might be worth taking Bubble Beam over, like... actually, maybe. Might be worth taking over Double Hit depending on coverage. I would have to see the coverage calculator to be able to tell you that. But I do think that combination of moves, the setup is nice, and then Guts, you might have something there. I'm not saying it's like guaranteed, but it might be a fairly deep run. So, you know, just do what you can. And remember, Limpan, and look, I know for a long time I said the complete opposite of this. I'm going to tell you straight up, I've learned a lot recently about myself and about, you know, what I enjoyed about Kaizo. And it wasn't the fact that I was winning that I enjoyed. It was the fact that I got to come in here and have fun with y'all and hang out, and I got to see some of the cool Pokemon, you know? Yeah, I've won 4 times, but that doesn't mean shit at the end of the day. Wins are overrated. It's about the journey you take to get there, which sounds so fucking generic and stupid, and I know that. But that is specifically, like, what I've learned, you know? It can sometimes be really hard to look at it that way, too, especially if you haven't gotten to the end. It's hard to take a moment and, like, you know, look at it that way, especially if you're somebody that you take a lot of stuff personally. I take everything personally, if you haven't noticed. You know, I take my skill levels at these games personally. It's, you know, it's not a good thing to do, but it's something that happens, and I don't want to ignore that it happens. I guess what I'm trying to say, though, is, you know, it's about the journey you get there. You get a new move at 25. Yeah, and I think Alay gets a fair amount of moves. I don't know how many it is, but I think it's a decent amount of moves. Don't quote me on, like, the number or anything, but a decent amount. Plus, you have 7 more gyms. Like, there's definitely a possibility. Like, I think Howl is a really decent setup move. If you can get a better one, obviously you would always take the better one, but it's at least decent. And so I would say, you know, play through it, give it a shot. What's the worst thing that happens? You die? Oh no, it be like that sometimes, right? But I think you got this. I think you just got to play as hard as you can, win or lose, right? You do understand and do enjoy the game despite the struggle. Yeah. I mean, honestly, if I wanted to win Kaizo, I sure as fuck would not be playing Black 2 and White 2. I can tell you that right now. If I wanted to win, I'd be playing Fire Red, because I could shit out Fire Red wins in my sleep, except for that one time I didn't. But generally, Fire Red is a lot easier. But it's also kind of run its course. It's kind of boring at times. And, like, I like doing it, but I want y'all to be able to see other things, too. Like, I know a lot of y'all want to see me beat Heart Gold, Soul Silver, or Emerald, right? And that's stuff I do want to get to. Black 2 and White 2 specifically today is because a lot of you want to see me get impostered, which is totally fair. Like, hey, I'd want to watch me suffer, too, if I were y'all. Like, why not? But I also think this is just a really fun game in general, and I think a lot of the time, you know, we can look past the current state of things, how great things are in the moment, and just try and, like, look past that and, you know, look for that big elusive win. But it doesn't always work like that, and that's something I've had to learn. That's something I've had to learn personally, and, you know, I'm glad I learned it. And I hope that you know, that knowledge I'm imparting y'all with is something that, you know, you take and you use it in the future, because it's, you know, take it from me. I haven't been able to stream regularly in like 6 months, and I miss it a lot. I really do. But I don't have the energy that I did before, and so I gotta try and look out for myself at the same time. I don't know what the hell was requested, but I'm just gonna go with it. I'm not gonna say shit. What is this even? I'm curious. No, I'll find out in a sec. It'll be fine. If it just starts ripping Morse code at me, though, I'm going to be very confused. I think that's a fair and natural reaction. Probably a game from a video game. Oh. Why does it say it opened an album, though? Hold on, let me see something. Oh, I see. I got it. Let me get that fixed. Here we go. Just make sure next time that you put in the song part of it, and it'll be fine. Oh, I was gonna put it in there, but that works. All right. Well, let's do the thing. This is a wild mon, so we don't want to mess with Zora here. Zora is not probably good enough to run. Larvitar is not good enough to run either. Probably we want to look for something that... I mean, generally I'm targeting things over 500 for this game because we know that this game is really hard. I just don't want to take any unnecessary risks. I don't want to run things that aren't going to do it. I want to do everything that I can to give us a deep run. And that's just specifically because I like PBing. I like to get personal bests. I like to feel that, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to feel that progress. That's kind of the goal. You don't have Spotify Premium anymore? That's totally fair. Honestly, I get it. We're all kind of probably having to cut back. Con, I need to yell at you for a second. What the hell are you doing? Don't injure yourself like that, you dipshit. Like, come on. You can't do that. You got to be better than that. I'm sorry. I got to yell at you a little bit for that. Because that looked like it hurt like a bitch. And I kind of got queasy when I looked at that. Nature hurt. Well, don't go outside. Don't go outside. It's the solution to all your problems. I say as, you know, I'm preparing to go outside later. But, you know, go figure. Touch grass? I'm not going to tell y'all to touch grass. That's y'all's business. I'm lazy. Come on. We got 3 more in here, right? 3 more that we haven't seen. I'm not touching grass right this second, but I'm going outside later. Maybe I'll post some grass in the Discord if y'all want. Maybe I'll take a picture of grass and just stick it in the Discord. I could do that if I remember. If I forget, let me know, because I'll probably forget. Grass, gas, or ass? All of the above if you play your cards right. In the outside world, of course. Thunderfang. Wow, alright. X-Scissor? Okay, it's got Twin Needle. Oh, great, we're poisoned. That's cool. Grass, gas, or ash just made me think of Grassy Ass, which is, like, a play on Gracias, which, by the way, whatever. Okay, that's a thing. Let's go back here and just heal, and then we'll be able to continue, hopefully, and... You know, it'd be very nice if I could fucking find what I'm looking for here. We definitely have about 2 hours left, y'all, just so you're aware, so... I will probably, in the last hour, let y'all know again that we're 1 hour away from being done, just so that you can make sure that, you know, you're not putting in a bunch of songs and then losing points. I don't want anyone to lose their points. That's not cool, you know? Someone asked if you're okay physically and mentally, and you said none of the above. Hey, that's been me for the last week, so I get it completely. I found out that I still have some, like, residual effects that Wellbutrin isn't covering, that I may have to, like, look into getting, like, maybe even something for my panic attacks would work. So that's a whole thing. But that's also a later problem. I'll deal with it later. It's whatever. But yeah, I hope you start to do better too, because yeah, nobody should be dealing with shit like that if it's avoidable, right? Give me something here. There's like literally nothing in this grass that's like very good except this Ninjask, and I don't really think Ninjask is a mon that I want to run if I can avoid it. Well, there's a hippo. It gets 9 moves. Why does this thing only get 9 moves? Like, that seems like a really small amount of moves. It missed Air Slash. You know what? Go bind. Solar Beam? I have 42 speed. I can run from this. All right, cool. I do like that Hippowdon. I just want to scout it a little more and make sure that it's got something hopefully better. Ryan Priest front flip. If you tell Ryan Priest to front flip, he will probably glare at you. I would just take I would hazard a guess. But fair also. Very fair. He'd do so well in a monster truck. Oh my god. This weekend's Martinsville, and I actually think Ryan Priest is probably going to run top 5 in Martinsville. I'm probably a little more bullish than most people are on him. I think Priest will win a race by the end of the year. Just like Josh Berry did. I think these two have been talented drivers that have just been stuck in, you know, really, really shitty spots for a while. One of the grass sprites is fake. Which one? Which one? No, Ryan Priest is not flipping in Martinsville. He's winning the race in Martinsville. Actually, top 5. I'm going to say top 5. I don't know that, you know, I don't want to, like, assume anything. I don't want to just assume that team's good enough to win. But Priest has run very well all season so far. So, like, you would think, given that short tracks are his strong suit, that he'd run really well there, right? You think, Blaney? That's fair. One row above me all the way to the right. Oh, the Reg Steel one? No, not the Reg Steel one. One row above me. Above me as in me, like up here or over here? So I'm not really sure what you're referring to. I'm trying my best. In game, okay. One row above me, all the way to the right. Go out of grass. Okay. Where am I going? I don't want to go over there because that'll start a fight. And if I start a fight, I'm stuck. Down 2. Here. Is it this one? Oh. Up 1. Oh, this one. No, this one. Which one of these? Look to the left, look down. Which direction? Oh, it must be that one. Yeah, because this one... What the fuck? That's so fucking janky. That actually further solidifies my theory that this is just a penis that's been turned sideways. Or a rocket. Or something like that. Like... Why is it fake? You'll never encounter anything there because that one's fake. Got it. So I'm just going to try to stick to the middle row then. Thank you for that info, because if I stick to the middle one, that probably increases my chance of encounters. And honestly, given that I'm still looking for another Mon that hasn't shown up yet, as I go to the top row. All right. Not trying to, it just kind of happened. This reminds me of Riolu. Who this? Why haven't you seen any deaths while you're typing this? Yo, Caller, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. You haven't seen any deaths because I'm actually playing slower and thinking things through. Because I don't know this game for shit yet. So, you're addicted to the Pokemon mobile card game. I think there's a bunch of people in the Discord under the Other Games channel who have been discussing that. And I think that's a really cool game. So, you know, hey, feel free to trade with them. Feel free to discuss with them. Absolutely. That's why it's there. Maybe I'll make a specialized channel for that if I remember. But I gotta remember. So, somebody remind me if I forget. Rush game and back to lab? I don't want to go back to lab. I want to, like, have a run. I want a PB. If I PB today, I'm going to feel pretty good about that. And PB, in my opinion, is getting Castelia City. I mean, I'm not even worried about these first 2 gyms. Like, I mean, they're probably difficult, but I'm thinking Castelia City is my goal. It's probably pretty lofty, but, you know, lab is life. Lab is life if you're not mentally deranged like I am. So, you know, for whatever that's worth. Because the grass sprite is on the ground. Game adds a sprite to character when standing in grass. One tile's flagged as ground. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Nothing happens when you step on it. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Lab is everyone's safe space. Why would you leave it? Because I fucking can. That's why. What's up, Con? What you got? Oh, Caterpie's our 7th Mon, isn't it? All right, I'm going after Hippowdon. I think the Hippowdon's probably the best choice here, based on what I could see. Ninjask isn't bad, but the 468 base stat total kind of leaves me a little leery. Or was it 442? It's low, is the point. It's not a high base stat total. Here, this is 456. Sorry, 456. I think Hippowdon being at 520 gives us a better chance. Regarding your thought of joining stream team, what's up? What are you thinking? Joey Logano Hot Wheels scheme? Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Us to the water. All right, what we got? Give me the fucking Hippowdon. Come on, this isn't hard. Wait, actually, what level am I? 11? Hold on, I might be able to make this easier. Yeah, because I'm guessing this is one of the rare sprites. Could also make your own with the limited friends you have. Would need a partner essentially sponsor the team for you. Yeah, and I think that would be like a really difficult thing too. Just not because of anything you've done, but because you got to get people to do that. And that, I think, is where it gets kind of difficult. I would not say, though, to let your dreams become memes. I would say give it a shot if you can. You know, why not? Worst thing that happens is it doesn't work out. And, you know, I mean, nothing really lost, right? That's kind of how I look at it, right? If there's no loss, if it's something where you could take a risk and it's a relatively safe one, why not? You know, give it a shot. It's probably easier if you join an existing one. Yeah, you're probably right on that, honestly. But, you know, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm going to take as much of this 3 minutes as I can to look for the Hippowdon here. Just because, like, I don't want to, like, waste anybody's time. I do see ads are coming. We don't need to snooze them. I will run them on time. I just need to try and get this Hippowdon before we go. I was kind of hoping I'd have a repel by now, but that didn't happen, so go figure. If I had a repel, this would be a lot easier, though, because then, because I'm level 11, we would only be looking at 3 of the 7 slots instead of all 7 of them. There is an 11% chance combined with these 3 slots of it being level 11, so it probably would be a bit of a pain in the ass to find, but, you know, if we had a repel, we'd do it. You killed the virus on your phone. Why the fuck did you have a virus on your phone? Like, don't look at porn sites if you don't want bad things to happen. I'm just saying. I know where people get viruses off the internet. I know how this shit works. It's either porn or it's something you illegally downloaded, and neither of those things are smart. Question is, would EG have you? Which is something you don't know and you're a bit too nervous to join the Discord. And that's not something I'd be able to answer for you, like I said. You know, I'm not somebody that, you know, has any power, any pull in there at the moment. You know, that's not, I haven't been active enough in there myself to have that, but honestly, I would say, I don't even know if applications are open either, which kind of gets weird. But if they are, I would say probably, you know, I would just say my best recommendation is to try and join the Discord. I mean, even if you don't talk there, even if you just stay there and kind of just watch and, you know, stay quiet, you know, I don't think people are going to directly call you out or anything. Like, just observing might be good for a little bit until you're comfortable. You downloaded a mod for a racing game that gives you infinite money. I don't know why you didn't expect to get a virus off that. Like, like, come on. Don't give yourself viruses on your phone. Not a good idea. It works? I mean, sure it works, but it's a virus. Do you really want a virus? Oh, I guess I could do this. You're gonna go download all the viruses now? You can go download some RAM while you're at it? By the way, friends, just so you know, do not ever fall for anything that tells you to download RAM. It's a terrible idea. You'll hate it. Don't do it. Just despite me, my overpaid. Damn. All right. I mean, my offense is overpaid, but that's not the point. Friends, we do got to run a quick ad break. I'm going to pop into Words on Stream. Going to restart this. And I'm also going to step away for a sec because I need to put something in my stomach because my stomach is screaming at me. So I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Don't break anything. Mods, you're in charge. Blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. Be right back. Oh, I know I did. XD. Lol. All right, I will be right back, y'all. I'm gonna get up, get something in my stomach, stretch a little bit, all that good stuff. If y'all need me, yell at the mods. They're basically me with a fresh coat of paint. So, you know, that's kind of the whole point of hiring the mods I did. We'll be back. Hey, one sec. We're about to get back in. I just had to. Hey, Violet Blue, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm going to come back in like 2 seconds. I just need to grab another soda real quick, and then we should be good to continue. I had to get Kat some food, and I had to eat a bite myself because I don't want to fucking pass out or anything. So, yeah, we're not gonna take any risks. No unnecessary risks. But one moment here. Actually, I don't think I want a soda. I think I want a water. Am I dying? Chad, am I dying? Is this what death is? What the hell are these Gatorades? Oh, here they are. You need to get those in the fridge. Alright, if Words is done, run one more real quick and then we'll be ready. Thank you, mods. I appreciate you. I love you. Don't break anything. Or if you don't run it, I'll just come over here and do it. Or not do it, but do the thing. Hi, I'm back. Yes. Woo! All right. All right. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry if you hear ASMR from the dishwasher. I have let things get a bit out of hand, and I need to get them fixed up. So, you know, that tends to happen if you're out for a week with illness. You know, a week, 2 weeks, however fucking long it was. But I'm working on it. Let's go back into Kaizo and let's see if we can get something going. Right now, we are currently looking for a Hippowdon. So far, no Hippowdon, but that's okay. We'll see one soon, I'm sure. TM. This can't possibly backfire on me, no. Kind of what I'm wondering, though, and I think this is what I'm gonna find out in the coming weeks as, like, I start to get more used to my current medication. I hope it's not caffeine that's triggering me to go too fast, because if it is, I'm cutting caffeine out. Like, I do not care. I will not, like, live in a way that's such that I feel, you know, shitty all the time. I'm not doing it. So, if I have to cut caffeine, you know, I'll let y'all know kind of how all that goes, because that'll be a fun time, but... it's either caffeine or it's just that I, you know, still have some residual anxiety and the Wellbutrin isn't doing what it's supposed to. I don't know. It'll be one of those two things probably. But I also think that it was a good decision to come off the Effexor because that shit is nasty. You believe it when you see it? I'll believe it when I see it, honestly. But I'm just, I know I need to be healthier. I need to take care of myself better and I'm trying my best. It's not easy for me. I didn't really have great examples on how to do that, but I'm trying. Here we go. Also, if it tells you anything, I don't know if I'm getting like residual heat off these monitors or the window or whatever. It's 70 in here and I'm sweating. That's kind of how my body is, and I hate it. You'd pay to see it? How much? I like money. Nope, no, Mia, don't do that. Stop it. Get some help. But I do have Gatorade in the thingy. I mean, Gatorade is still fine. It's still sugary as fuck, but like it at least has some health value, maybe a little bit, maybe like 2%. Oh, here's the Hippowdon. It must have been the fucking 5% chance in slot 7, I'm guessing. X-Scissor. Wow, it has Flame Wheel too. Okay, I like that. I honestly think this Hippowdon's not bad. Wasn't the song already played? Probably, so let's skip it. There you go, have at it. It probably was, because I think I added it to the queue before I left hastily, but then miscalculated. I didn't even get to hear Monster You Made, and I'm kind of sad about that, but that's whatever. I'm not going to deal with that right now. Probably forgot to remove it from the thingy, because it was like second in the list, but I was trying to move it up, so I played before Monster You Made, so I had a sec, and then I just ended up needing to do some dishes and shit. It's a residual pressure from wearing that Bengals jersey, knowing they're going to average 47 points a game and lose them all by a field goal. Hey, at least we'll set NFL records that way. I'm down. I like NFL records. Those are nice, just not when I set them, personally. Like, when I play Madden and I do too well, I get very upset because I really, really don't enjoy losing, or not losing, excuse me. I don't enjoy breaking the game. That's not fun to me. I want realism. That's just something I've always been more of a realism person, though. So, like, obviously, I know not everybody's like that, and that's cool. But it makes it hard to play franchises with people. Oh, what the fuck am I looking at? What the hell is this? This is terrible. Who wants to run it even though it's going to die? We can run it. I mean, it's absolutely going to die in like 5 seconds, but it'll be funny. You're officially lurking in the EG Discord. Chaos, I'm proud of you. I know that wasn't easy for you. That is a big step. You know, I know it's not easy to take steps like that, and I recognize that is a very, you know, important one. So good job. I'm actually like legitimately really proud of you for what that's worth. Most one-score losses in a single season, 17 by the Bengals. Oh no, we'll beat the Steelers because they'll either have 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers or some fucking rookie that sucks at quarterback. Apparently, they have a first-round grade on Jalen Milroe, which nobody else has a first-round grade on Jalen Milroe. So, like, sounds like they're going to try to fuck themselves to me. And if that happens, then we'll get 2 wins this season. And then we'll lose 15 by 47 points. Or not by 40, by scoring 47. Now Rodgers is washed. I was high on him last season. To be fair, I was high on him because I thought that after the injury, he could maybe get back to top form. But then I saw him play a couple games, realized that wasn't happening, went super low on him, and then towards the end of the season, started to see him pick up a little bit. So I was like, maybe there's something left in the tank. But if he goes to the Steelers, like, I mean, I don't really foresee that going well, you know? So that's kind of what I'm thinking. That's where I'm coming from on that. Oh, wow. Okay. This thing is an absolute 41 special attack, 45 speed at level 11. This is fucking silly. I mean, I'm going to run it, but there's no way. There's no way this doesn't die horrendously. Okay? Like, I'm just going to be straight up. We are absolutely going to fucking die soon. But that's fine. We can give it a shot, you know? We can definitely give it a shot. What's the worst thing that happens? We lose? Oh, no. Back to the lab. Also, if I feel like it's not good enough yet, we could probably just go pivot. Like, if we're having trouble, we could probably just go pivot again. Like, that's not that big a deal. I really hope the Zeb Strika sucks. Okay, so it's going to Sky Attack. That's going to do a pretty decent amount of damage. I don't think there's anything I can fucking do about that, so I'm going to try for Solar Beam. If I survive, it's going to get... Nope, I'm dead. Well, you know. It be like that sometimes. Whatever. It sucked. Next seed. Oh, it has Swords Dance. Too bad it is a special attacker. It's going to get one now. Like zapped. Like... destroyed. Shaken. Demolished. I'm trying with all the fucking similes I got, y'all. I'm trying my best over here. I'm also kind of keeping an eye out on the on my self-promo channel to see if anyone from the EG48 is doing their event today. Because if they are, I want to make sure that because I know I got to raid out here in like an hour and a half. I want to make sure I get y'all to a good place. So remember that Rodgers was a top 10 quarterback last year too, despite it all? Yes. But here's the problem. And this specifically comes from having watched enough of Rodgers' film. You know, remember, I was a Packer fan before I was a Bengals fan, all right? Like, way back before I moved to Cincinnati. Basically, when I moved to Cincinnati, I'm like, there's a team here. I get to make a decision. I want to be a fan of this team. And this is before Burrow was fully healthy. Like, this is like when the year he tore his ACL during his rookie season. When that happened, I still suffered through those damn games. So I think I've earned the right a little bit to say that I can, you know, that I'm an actual Bengals fan. So, but that's not the point. The problem is that Rodgers relies a lot on his mobility, And he's 41 years old. That's not gonna keep lasting. That's just not gonna happen. An illegal team swap. You don't get married to your teams. And if you do, we divorce fucking people all the time in society. I'll divorce a damn team if I feel like it. At least that's the way I see it, but, you know, go figure. All right, so we got Woobat. Woobat! I was never a Packers fan then. I mean, that's probably fair. To be fair, I was only kind of a Packers fan because of my mom. So that probably, you know, but I watched a lot of Aaron Rodgers game film. That's the point I'm trying to get at. And that dude operates specifically because of his mobility, and if that's not there, then he is cooked. I hate to say that. I hope I'm wrong. I mean, I don't hope I'm wrong because he's kind of a douchebag, but... You know, maybe I'll be wrong. That'd be cool. All right, it is randomized. This actually does take a little bit to randomize, and that's kind of something that's kind of weird, but I'm not surprised because I know it's a really big game, so I guess it makes sense. All right, attempt number 10. Can we get a favorite? No. Instead, we have Fampy, which I do not get, Furret, which I do not get, but I get a Slackoth. I mean, hey, you know, I have the personality of a Slackoth, so maybe that'll translate into wins? I don't know, maybe. All right, we're gonna come down this way, and we're just gonna see what we can do. And in the meantime, while that's going down, all right, cool, that's covered, and then I need to pop over there. Basically, I'm checking to see if we got any, wow, okay, it's popping off kind of in Texas right now, y'all. Oh, no, that was yesterday, never mind. Not today, rewind, that was old. They apparently increased the tornado risk for Oklahoma, actually. So, I'm gonna throw that up here real quick, y'all. This is why anything past Gen 3, you just pull seeds from folder now. It probably makes sense, Anna. You're probably actually right on that. I probably should. Why am I trying to add an image? That's not... That literally doesn't make any sense. Okay. Let's just share one of my fucking screens. Where's my screens? Display. That's the one. I swear, my brain is totally working just fine. No, automatic. This one. No, not this one. This one. Yeah, here. All right. Real quick, I do need to show you all this. Down here. This tornado outlook here. They just upgraded this to a 5% risk for tonight. This is mainly in central Oklahoma. So if you know anyone in the heart of Oklahoma, that includes Tulsa, Stillwater, Oklahoma City, and Norman. Make sure they're kind of keeping an eye out on the weather today. It's only a 5% risk, but you just don't want to take risks with these kind of things. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Now, back to your regular dose of me getting murdered. Clean my notifications? I try. I am in like 50 Discords. It's so damn hard. I can't keep up with anything. Like, but also I've also been kind of dead for the last 2 weeks, so, you know, that probably doesn't help. It's not that long. It's just slow. There we go. I run 400 to 500 BST Pokemon 40% of the time. Thanks, Tracker. I needed to know that I'm taking shitty Pokemon. All right, what do we got? All right, in the middle we have Blaziken. On the right we have Suicune, and of course I get the shitty one. All right. Watchog isn't that shitty. I think it's like a 390 or something, or maybe a 440. 420. Hey, we like that number. Yo. All right, we're gonna head down here and we're gonna see if we can get out of the lab and see what we can do. I think we have to fight Blaziken, maybe, or was it Suicune? Oh, it's Suicune. Of course it's Suicune. Looking at you, Suicune. How do I defeat you? I mean, we are in the lab, so I can use Mega Drain legally, and I absolutely will, if it's useful. Okay, Suicune has a lot of Spidef. Give me Shadow Punch? Trying my best over here. I'm not sure we're gonna be able to get out of this no matter what happens. This is silly. Oh, that's Blue Flare, and we're cooked. Next seed. I'm starting to speed up these seeds a little bit because I was taking a long time after the seed to check the logs on seeds that got nowhere. So I'm not going to do that now. I'm just going to like enjoy myself unless there's something I'm really attached to, and then I'll double check it. But that's kind of how we'll do it, I think. All right, we're going to go to the right here per the tracker. We got mid is Magby, left is Graveler, and right is Absol. I think there's a few people in here who really, really enjoy Absol, so hey, we take those. And actually, it's not a bad Absol. The special defense is a little low. It does get 16 moves. If it comes out of this fight and gets the move at level 9, we might consider running this, like, because I do like this mon. I think Absol is super cool. And this 8 special defense is low, but everything else is, like, perfect where you want it. So, you know, we'll see kind of how it goes. Boom! Fuck out of here, Graveler. Let's go. Nice and easy. I think we'll get to level 9 off this based on the experience we got here. Alright, what is the move going to be? If it's a good move, I will full send this. If we're looking at like a Calm Mind or Tail Glow or a really good special move, I probably send this, honestly. Pluck. Well, you can't win them all. Alrighty, well, I do have 2 mons I could potentially pivot to, friends, before we, you know, have to commit. If those mons that we have to pivot to, oh, I don't have to do that, whoops. If those mons that we, you know, can pivot to are good, I might look at them. Otherwise, you know, I'll run Absol into the first couple trainers if I need to. I have no issue with that, so. All right, what we got? Luck and Sense. All right, should be 1 mon in here that I haven't seen, and it's Executor. Executor doesn't get many moves. It gets 4 total, excuse me. I will absolutely see what it has. Horn Drill's kind of cool. Metal Burst. Oh. All right, well, Executor is going to be annoying, I see. Shadow Ball. I mean, that didn't do shit either. I don't think this is good at Executor. I don't think this is even close to good. So I don't think Executor is really worth running over Absol. Although V-Create's pretty cool. Yeah, but it still didn't do a whole lot. If it had Contrary, though, if Executor showed me V-Create with Contrary, which Contrary flips the stat loss into a stat gain, then I would fucking throw a ball at that so fast that you would not be able to say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious before I fucking threw the ball. I mean, that's just kind of how I operate, you know? But yeah, we should be able to see the level 12 move because we have 2 trainers we have to fight. Unless the experience off these first two mons that we have to fight is like absolute dog water. If it is, I mean, there's not really a lot we could do about that, so we'll see kind of how it goes. All right, here we go. What we got? What you got? Show me a good mon that I could get experience off of. That might be a little better than I wanted to see. Not quite what I was looking for, but I mean, we have special attack. Chatter? I'm using the Chatter move. I hope this misses high jump kick just for the meme. All right, so it's gonna high jump kick me again. I gotta hope it misses. Trick Room. Oh, okay. You know, I didn't want to like play the game anyway. High jump kick kills from here. Ah, shit, I gotta burn the potion early. And honestly, it might kill from there. Don't high jump kick. Okay, it didn't high jump kick. I think we probably squeeze out of this fight. Okay. Woo! All right. Staying alive. Staying alive. I feel like we're staying alive. I feel like the fucking BGs right now for sure. All right, real quick, we're gonna come up here. We are just gonna get healed back up because I do not trust myself to not die from 21 hit points, especially the way that, you know, I did not like how much damage that Tornadus was doing to me at all. Not even one bit. All right, Absol, you have one more chance to show me a good move. If you show me a good move, I will run you. I will run you with a smile on my face. If you do not, I have to pivot. Also, you better get enough experience off this. If you don't, you will be thrown into the Ohio River. I will feel nothing. Boom! All right, Miltank down. That's going to be level 12. And now the moment of truth. Does it get a good move? Egg Bomb. Fucking Egg Bomb. I can't take Egg Bomb. I need to... Oh, fuck! Whatever. I guess I've learned Egg Bomb. It's fine. It's fine. I misclicked. It's not a huge deal. It won't cost me any games or anything. I was just thinking, like, it might be nice to not put myself in a bad spot. Oh, this is one of the bad berries. Let's learn what it does. But Beery Berry. Together we're going to learn, friends. Weakens a super effective steel type attack against the holding Pokemon. I have to ask why these are actually considered the bad berries, because I don't know. I think they're pretty cool. Why is Cryogonal... Why does Cryogonal exist? It's just a fucking big-ass snowflake. Oh, Repel. Yo, that's... Oh, wait, we're level 12. God damn it. If we weren't level 12, that would have been sick. That would have been a huge pickup. All right, what's Apricot do? If held by Pokemon, raises special defense stat in a pinch. Don't think that's going to be one I use, but it's still something we have in our toolbox if we need it. Maybe we put that against the gym leader now that I think about it. Burn Drive. I'm pretty sure this is a held item, so we can't really do anything with it, but let's make sure. Technoblast is a fire-type move from Genesect. Yeah! We literally legally cannot use Genesect, let alone the items on Genesect. So, like, all right, then. All right, we'll see what we got to work with here. 425. Swoobat is not going to be a priority thing to look at here. Because 425, I think, is a little lower than I'd like to run. Again, generally in this game, I feel like you probably have to run at minimum 500 based on what I've seen. That said, I'll be a little flexible if I see a special mon like this one. This Absol, like, you know, it may not have a whole lot of special defense, but Compound Eyes is fucking sick. Oh, Scolipede. I always pronounce it Scolipede, but then, like, I don't see a second O, so, like, all right, then. Scolipede. Poison Sting. Ow! You asshole. Fuck you. I'm not catching you if you're gonna poison Absol. How could you do this? How could you poison Absol? Absol is an innocent bystander. You can't do that. All right, down here, let's just get healed up. And then, yeah. All right, we're gonna head up this way and see if we can get anything going in the other five. I think it's 5 more mons that we haven't seen. The other 5 mons. If there's anything good here, you know, we'll take it. If not, again, I'm not opposed to sending Absol. I just would like to see one more move. Which I feel like is pretty fair, given, you know, it's fucking Absol. Like, with low SPDF. Okay, Druddigon did a decent amount of damage. I want to see what else it has. Bug Buzz. Ow! You asshole! Alright then, next seed. I'm so mad. It just fucking straight up... It smacked me. All over. Like, damn, alright. Probably completely unnecessary. Alright, let's see. So, we have to go to the left, middle, right, left. Staravia! Yeah! I mean, it has Bolt Strike. That's kind of something. It can't be burned. I think this can't be burned, right? Yeah, it can't be burned. That's kind of nice. Lairon. Okay, so Steel Rock. My best bet, based on my moveset here, I can't Toxic it. I have to kind of Bolt Strike it and hope that's enough. And I know it doesn't do a lot, but I'm not really sure what else I can do. Also, the Bolt Strike has such a cool animation. It's kind of worth it. Look at this. It's so fucking pretty. Bzzz. I got you. I took care of it already. I generally see patterns from a lot of y'all, and I just kind of go with the patterns and hope it's enough. And we're dead again! Yeah! Next attempt. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Thanks, death messages. I know. I've seen tens of thousands of seeds of Kaizo at this point. Yeah. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. They're absolutely right on that, I will tell you. All right, let's try this again. Attempt number 14. Come on, baby. Show me a good mon. All right, so we have to fight Diglett with Goribus. I mean, we could see what it has. Probably gets out of the lab, maybe. It's pretty bad. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This one's pretty bad. But I mean, I don't think we're screwed. I just think we gotta get in there and hit as hard as we can, as fast as we can. E-Sense, come on. Boom! Alright, we're out of there. Cotton Spore. I will not take Cotton Spore because I don't really need it. As I replace Flash. Whatever, I don't care. It's fine. Not a big deal. I back out. I try to fucking, you know, whatever, it's fine. I'm not even worried about it. It's not even a big deal. Alright, let's go over here. See what we can find. 2 Mons here. Ducklet is crap, so Ducklet's not going to be a pivot probably. Oh. Alright. What else we got? Y'all can probably tell I'm a little bit more hyper than I usually am, and that's specifically because the SSRI definitely calmed that down a good bit. So not being on that definitely is going to be an interesting change for me to try and navigate. But at least I have some energy. You know, that's kind of nice. All right, we are going to look for the Primeape because Primeape is, while not great, an improvement on whatever the fuck I'm looking at right now. I can tell you that right now. This Mon is ass. And I mean, it's Primeape. Like, it's a fighting type. I mean, you're really only weak to in this gen. Psychic, flying. I think that's it. So, like, Primeape probably isn't a terrible idea, provided it actually gets in a ball nice and easy. Alright, sure, fucker. I don't want to use extra sensory on it because I might kill it. 19 might be enough to kill a level 5, so I just don't want to take that risk because that's a very bad risk to take. There's no reason to take unnecessary risks. However, if this Primeape doesn't get in the next 2 balls, I'm just going to move on to the next, you know, spot. Oh, free shock. Last one. If it doesn't go in, I'm just not going to worry about it. Boom! Primeape. Alright, we're going to name this after the only thing we can name a Primeape after. Monkey! There we go, we got a monkey. See if monkey is any good. Oh. Well, it's the opposite of what I'd want. Telepathy, by the way, what does this do? Protects against friendly Pokemon's damaging moves. So, if, you know, you were in a double battle, that could be useful. But otherwise, telepathy's kind of mid. Probably looking at a C to D tier ability in the grand scheme of things. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, friends, is I'm going to play out the seed and then probably call it after. I wanted to go a little longer, but, like, I'm just starting to feel it a little bit. So we're going to do this seed, see what happens. If we get to a gym, we will play out that gym and then call it good there. But otherwise, we're going to play this seed until I die, and that's how we're going to do it. I apologize. I did want to go longer, but I also need to take care of my body a little bit right now and my brain. Need to be kind to myself while all this is happening. Well, fuck me, I guess. All right, yeah, we'll just call it there. I think that's good. Hey, thank y'all so much for being here today. I appreciate all of y'all for coming in, hanging out for a bit. I should be back. I'm gonna aim to try to stream this week if I can, during the week. If not, it will be next Saturday, but it may be sooner than that, so just keep an eye on the Discord. Yeah, no worries, no worries. I hope you all had a great time. Here's the Discord, in case you're not part of it. In the meantime, I will just go ahead and raid out here. Get us over to somebody, hopefully that... Oh, wow! Dubs have been playing Super for all of 4,800 attempts, apparently, and is now in the fucking Safari Zone. Is Dubs finally gonna kill this damn game? Excuse me, I had a cough. You didn't hear that. That didn't happen. Please kill it. Excuse me. All right, I know where we're gonna... Well, actually, I'm gonna check one more thing real quick. Yep, that's what we'll do. All right, we're gonna go ahead and raid specifically into, I believe, and I'm just gonna scroll down and make sure. Yeah, let's go give Jay Hollow some love. I'm not 100% sure, but they may be involved with the EG48, so, you know, at the very least they have it, you know, in their thing as a command. So we'll go over there. We'll go say hi. I guess Jay Hollow's doing some Roguemon. So we'll go over. We'll go say hi. You know, and that's how we'll do it. Thank you all so much for being here today. I hope you all had a blast. I will be back again as soon as I'm able to, whether that's during the week or whether that's the weekend. And take care of yourselves. Have a great rest.